in-law at home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station. Locally owned and heard throughout Georgia on the Extra app.
Heading to Pakistan, I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. Iran and the U.S. are sending delegations to Islamabad for possible peace talks as the two countries are locked in a stalemate over the Strait of Hormuz. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt tells Fox News.
The Iranians reached out, as the president called on them to do, and asked for this in-person conversation. So the president is dispatching Stephen Jared to go hear what they have to say. And we're hopeful that it will be a productive conversation and hopefully move the ball forward towards a deal.
However, Iran's news agency says there are no negotiations with the Americans on the agenda at the moment, instead calling it a tour for Iran's foreign minister. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp tours the wildfire devastation in the southeast part of the state, and today tells reporters.
The two fires that we're fighting, among many others in Georgia, but the Pineland fire and the Highway 82 fire ranked number 1 and 2 in the country. So we got the two most dangerous, biggest, problematic fires anywhere in the United States.
Those and other fires are burning out of control and spreading across Georgia and Florida. And this just in, we have just learned that a volunteer firefighter in Florida has died after suffering a medical emergency while battling a wildfire. An appeals court rules President Trump's executive order banning asylum access at the southern border is illegal.
Several immigrant rights advocacy groups sued, arguing the move endangers thousands fleeing violence and persecution in their home countries. A 3-judge panel from the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit ruling immigration laws give people the right to apply for asylum, and the president does not have the authority to prevent that. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
America's listening to Fox News.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-884-1012 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-884-1012. That's 800-884-1012. What do you have to lose? Call 800-884-1012. Again, 800-884-1012.
Pakistan. That girl called it Pakistan. Okay. Look out, how you doing? It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Let her rip Friday with Pete Davis in the mountains of Macon, feeling better, looking better, ready to go. And in fact, we're planning on having a regular Holy Crap at Sports a little after 5 o'clock. So we're looking forward to that. We'll do a lot of talk about the draft that happened to them. Also, Jeff is on the board and Flounder's in the house today, as always. Flounder, anything new with you here before we come around about?
Ready for the weekend.
And Mrs. Flounder Veronica, have any plans that you know yet?
I don't know. She'll let me know after.
On the way home, you'll probably. Pete Davis, how you feeling? And what's new in the mountains of Macon? How's you got rehab going, or what's up? How are you?
I'll tell you how it went. Eric came over, and I had to take 2 naps afterwards.
Oh, my God. All I really can say is Saturday. That was pretty good timing. Anyway, look at this. Oh, she looks so pretty in orange. Look at that. Blondes in orange outfits look beautiful. Don't you think? Anyway, sorry, that's my girl.
The problem is you say look at it and we can't see.
I know. I'm so sorry, but she had her hands full. I would have brought her in here. That's right. So rehab went okay. Are they stretching things, or what are you actually doing? Just working up ability to go a longer walking stuff, or what? What are you actually doing, if you don't mind?
Do a lot of walking and some exercises. Basically.
Yeah. Excellent. And is it working? Are you feeling stronger and?
I was more tired. I'll say that afterwards. Yeah.
Well, that's a good sign.
It's working. Oh, yeah. They do a good job.
That's a good sign. Well, anyway, so we'll have Holy Crap Scores. We'll talk about the draft. I didn't watch all of it. I did see,
300,000 people. Well, I guess you could say 300,000 guys came there to watch something that could have been posted online immediately.
They were in person there? Oh, my God. Because I saw the crowd. And I actually
set a record last night and stuff.
Wow, because I did see it at the beginning, and it looked huge, but I had no idea it was 300,000. That's like Mardi Gras almost. Wow. And again, why would you? I don't know why. And I did see, they take shots of the crowds, and they're all wearing their uniforms of the team they support and stuff like that. But again, if you're supporting New Orleans, I guess it's people who live in the area. I can't imagine driving from New Orleans like many
some people travel.
Yeah, I guess you probably. But again, I don't know why. I guess it would be the thrill of saying you were there. But I can't imagine why you would want to be there instead of getting everything on TV so you can see everything in the interview. So, you know what I mean?
But I'm sure the Saints fans were able to hitch up their horse and buggy.
Yeah.
and leave about 2 weeks early.
Yeah.
And get up there. Since they don't have electricity or motorized vehicles in there in Louisiana. Please.
Yeah, trust me, I know all about that place. Anyway, so we'll talk about the draft. And Jeff, what's new with you, sir? Anything new going on there in the latest thing?
Not much.
No. Okay.
Fireball.
There's a little something shifting up in here right in the old Gorb. We're coming up with a nickname for you, and we're trying to think of what's appropriate. Do you have have you ever had a nickname?
No, not really, no.
As a kid or anything, no?
No.
Flounder, did you ever have a nickname?
Oh, yeah.
I think I asked you about this once. I forgot.
So in high school, my brother's nickname was Dinger, and I inherited his nickname Dinger. And you can imagine how many nicknames the nickname Dinger spawned off.
Yeah. And Pete Davis, how about you? Nicknames?
Well, in California, they called me Skeeter because they thought I was
Skeeter Davis.
Yeah. And but then again, my name Pete is a nickname, so my very name.
Well, that's true. That's not your actual name. Yeah. Well, anyway. Let's see. So, and now, Letter Up Friday. Neil Boortz will join us at 4 o'clock. From Points Unknown, and we'll find out and have a little fun with Neil Boortz, see what's on his mind today. We'll have the latest on the Iranian war thing. We'll talk about, there's a bunch of stories going on about what Donald Trump is going to do at the Washington Media, the White House Press Association dinner tomorrow night, Correspondents Association event tomorrow night. And the word is he's going to blast them and leave. Which would be perfect. Although, it's amazing because every time in the since he's been doing this, Donald Trump, he'll go live, and every time we take him and he goes live, if you see him for a long period of time, he's really getting along with. I mean, the media really seems to be treating him differently, with a few exceptions, and then he blasts those few exceptions. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll be watching it, but I think it's on Fox. I think you mentioned yesterday.
It'll be airing on
so that'll
Fox.
Be good. So we'll talk about that. Also, the latest on the Iranian business and the war and what's going on. Mike Vrabel back in the news again, and after the latest video of him actually making out kissing 6 years ago.
That's much worse than that now. There's allegations that her first child is his. There's allegations that she helped him bring down the Julio Jones trade value for the Titans to get him cheaply. There's all kinds of allegations out there.
I didn't.
So at what point do you think he'll have to resign his position?
Well, if the NFL ever gets around to doing their job and actually going after someone like the Patriots instead of just jumping on people like the Jaguars.
And as I recall, I read this morning that just a couple hours before the draft started, Vrabel addressed the media apparently right before the draft, and when they asked him again about the latest thing, and then stormed out when
he said. I won't be there for the third round because my family's important. Yeah. Not important enough to skip the first and second round.
Yeah, right.
But the third round, we don't show up for.
And it's so important that you don't mind, cheating on apparently with a woman for 6 years.
She named her first child Michael.
Yeah. I can't believe that.
God. Anyway, it just makes me sick. And again, the team
there's clips all over the internet of her joking about her husband and trashing her husband on national shows and just going on about I'll be divorced by the Christmas. My mother thinks he should have an affair because I'm never around. Yeah. I mean, it's over and over and over again how she disrespected her husband.
Yeah, that's not good. It just makes me sad. It just makes me sad. And what the team? And now is the team supposed to stay out of this? Although if he's been, if there's charges of collusion to do things that affect the football team and a market and things like that, that's a whole different issue.
Inside information that she used, some maybe even to help him. That's the allegations. Now whether they're true or not. Yeah. Here's the thing: NFL says it's up to the team to investigate this.
Yeah, and
that's the team
nonsense.
Ain't going to do nothing to him.
Yeah. They won the Super Bowl.
This will be the power of the NFL to see if they can quash this. Because they love Mike Vrabel. They love the Patriots. Now, they went after the owner, Robert Kraft, when he was caught doing what he was doing.
And he was on his own private thing. It wasn't like he was, running
that was no one's business.
Personal business. So anyway, but
this is flaunting in public. This is like two
really
people
bad.
who think they were untouchable, and their egos took the. I mean, they're doing it for years in front of people.
Apparently, 6 years, at least off and on for 6 years.
And it doesn't affect anything, except they're both their families. It doesn't affect anything unless there was inside information being passed, and she was using it.
Right. Yeah, it's so sad. I just hate it. Anyway, so we'll be talking about that a little later on, and more about the draft. And in fact, I want to get some. In fact, let me ask you this: I assume you were not surprised at the first pick or any surprise in the first few pick?
The most boring draft I think I've ever watched, because you didn't have the Falcons there doing bonehead moves like drafting an injury-prone quarterback.
That's for tonight.
Shocking the world and making everybody talk for 3 hours. You didn't have them moving up to get a guy from Tennessee of people scratching their head, which turned out to be a good move. Yeah. But now they don't have a first-round draft pick, as we found out last night. But it'll be interesting to see how the Falcons become the talk of the town tonight.
Yeah. I did watch the first part of it, and I saw that kid who just broke down sobbing. He had snot flying everywhere.
And the snot
dropped to his knee. Oh, God.
It's disgusting. The only controversy, it seems, is that the Rams head coach did not want Ty Simpson, the quarterback.
Yeah, he was unhappy the whole time.
Very unhappy. I'm telling you, and I'm not convinced Ty Simpson's that great. So.
Yeah. Oh, he went way. They thought he was a second rounder, if I remember. Or some did anyway.
Much too high.
And he went number 7 or what was it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Up there.
McVay wanted Matthew Stafford to have one more big shot for a Super Bowl, so they wanted a big weapon for him. Instead, they get a guy who's going to sit on the bench.
Yeah. Anyway, we got all that kind of stuff here coming up. Also, you know what? I put something. It's Let It Rip Friday. Anything goes. I've been remiss. Our phone. We'd love to hear from you. What are you doing this weekend? What's new? Again, it's talk radio. We're having fun. Pete's back, feeling better, recuperating, and so we're just having fun. If you want to enjoy, Braves are back in town. Who are they playing? I forgot tonight.
The Phillies, who are on a 9-game losing streak.
Oh, that's right. We just whipped 3 out of them, didn't we? Or didn't we just beat them for 3? Or was that somebody?
That was last week.
Oh, last week, yeah.
It was funny. I went down the hallway to grab something, and I saw that the Braves were on. They were doing an encore replay, and I didn't see that on the top right. And then I went down to get my hair cut, and there was a bunch of Braves. I was like, what are these people doing here?
Cool.
Oh, there's a game.
It's fun walking around the Battery. It really is fun. And also, I posted some video. We've got to break them up here. I posted some video driving near the Battery. The third time today, I saw somebody riding one of those freaking electric skateboards with a little handle stick on it. I don't know how you stay on those things. It's a skateboard, and they go 30 miles an hour. There's this girl. Valentina, my videographer. I don't take videos in the car, as you know. But it's kind of bad video. But it shows this girl on this, just, moseying along, no helmet, and they just go on sidewalks, 20, 30 miles an hour on these freaking skateboards, holding onto a stick. And kids, it's the damnedest thing I've ever seen. How could you stay on those if you hit a crack in the sidewalk?
You can't.
Seriously.
And by the way, I'm glad you reminded me. If you're going to the Braves game or to the Battery tonight, make sure you put on double deodorant because the Phillies fans won't have any.
Stink.
The Philadelphians do not bathe.
They're not good on they're not.
Water is
attractive.
optional.
Soap.
Philadelphia.
There will be no deodorant.
3:14 already. Holy moly. Let her rip Friday. Anything goes. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, Jeff on the board. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. And we got it all till 6 o'clock. Flounder's Funnies. We'll do some tweet stuff. We got sports. It's all coming up. Look out. Here we go. Look out.
You've been warned. If the Dems win the midterms, the border opens back up. Impeachment comes down, and you get more riots in the streets. Now's the time to hunker down and vote red. Count on Extra 106.3 to bring you the stories that matter from the most trusted voices in the country. Proud to be Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Coming up into the weekend reminds me that if you're going somewhere for the summer that's coming up or taking a long vacation, make sure your stuff is safe, and you'll be taking care of that if you go to Atlanta Safe House in Alpharetta. They have that new location, Union Hill Road in Alpharetta. Atlanta Safe House. I can't say enough about these guys. It's a family business, so they really take care of everybody, but they have 500 of them up there ready to go. They can design them and fix them inside for little shelves and, units and stuff, anything you're looking for, from pistol safes and gun safes and for bows and arrows and jewelry and especially documents. Again, I lost my medical records. Couldn't down in Florida, didn't have a safe, and boom, bam. So anyway, and now my living will, and if I have any money left and stuff you want your kids to know about. And I lost my wallet for a while the other day, and but I knew I had some documents copied, safe and sound in the safe. Atlanta Safe House will do the same for you. And they only use like off-duty police, firefighters, and military because you can trust them in your home or office. They really take care of your rights as well as your business. Check them out. Sales and specials all the time. Top brands right now. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I recently read an article that said 65% of those surveyed, they're more worried about running out of money in retirement than they are of death itself. So let's talk about some of the ways you can help our listeners replace that paycheck they've relied on for all these years in their working lives.
Well, it makes sense that they'd be scared of that, because what do you do if you run out of money in retirement? You're going to go back to work? Who's hiring folks that are retired, and physically and mentally, you're going to be able to do that? And isn't the whole point of having a financial advisor so that you never have to worry about that again? So one of the ways that we do that is we build a fully comprehensive income plan so that we know there's money coming in every month that'll cover your bills, give you the quality of life that you're looking for, no matter what the market's doing, no matter how long you live. In some cases, regardless of what happens to you health-wise. So we can put plans in place to eliminate or at least mitigate all of those kind of risks every single person deals with in retirement.
I know a lot of our parents relied on pensions, but let's be honest, Evan, the pension is becoming a thing of the past. But there are ways for folks to create their own personal pensions, aren't there?
Yeah, so I'm a big proponent of do-it-yourself pension. But when we do the pension ourselves, the one negative with a pension is all the value in the pension goes away once you turn on the actual income. With the plans that we build, with the do-it-yourself pensions, you maintain that asset, or more specifically, your surviving spouse, your kids. And so you live forever. You get a ton of paychecks, and whatever's left over goes to the wife and kids, surviving spouse, beneficiaries, whoever that might be.
Call Atlas Retirement for a complimentary review of your savings and investments today. Call 678-736-7799. Again, that's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
When it comes to luxury, performance, and cutting-edge technology, few brands do it better than Cadillac.
And there's no better place to experience Cadillac than Jim Ellis Cadillac, where buying a luxury vehicle is just as refined as the vehicle itself.
From the bold Escalade to the sleek XT5, the powerful CT5, and the electrifying new Lyriq, you'll find an impressive selection ready to go.
That means more choices, more availability, and competitive pricing, all with the transparent, no-pressure approach Jim Ellis is known for.
And with the Jim Ellis Expressway, you can start your purchase online. Value your trade, schedule a test drive, even complete paperwork from home.
It's luxury car buying made simple and convenient on your terms. Or shop in person and enjoy a professional, welcoming dealership experience that puts you first.
To get started, visit JimEllisCadillac.com or stop by the Jim Ellis Cadillac dealership on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter.
Jim Ellis Cadillac, where you can always expect the best.
Too many motorists and workers are senselessly injured or killed in roadway work zones. Crashes and fatalities have spiked in Georgia due to speeding and distracted or impaired driving. The Georgia DOT is reminding you during Work Zone Safety Awareness Week of the importance of practicing safe driving. Ignore your phone and other distractions and pay attention to the road. Work zones are a sign to slow down. Let's all get where we're going safely. Sponsored by the Georgia DOT.
Bum, 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 bum. Little Sheryl Crow for you here on Letter It Friday. 2007, woman was being ridiculous. Sheryl Crow in 2007 on this day had just done a tour on a biodiesel-powered bus to raise awareness about climate change. Sheryl Crow, okay? All right, well... we should be aware. We should, protect our environment, of course. However, Sheryl Crow on this day in 2007 said there should be a ban on using too much toilet paper. She said there should be an actual law, 1 square per restroom visit. 1 square per restroom visit, except, of course, those pesky occasions, she said, where you might need 2 or 3. Dear God.
Is she from Philadelphia? That would explain.
Ay. Oh. And I'll bet you don't remember the other thing. And I do remember the other thing she suggested, because Sheryl Crow came out with a clothing line. She designed this. I remember this made me sick when I heard about it. Sheryl Crow designed a clothing line with a dining sleeve. The sleeve is detachable. If you have to blow your nose or wipe your boogers off your face, you do it on your sleeve, and then you take it off and put on another sleeve. Dear God. Yeah, I'd probably kiss her on the mouth. Dear God. Oh, talk about grody. I mean, all right, sorry. Kimber Pete's back. We'll have Holy Crap of Sports later and everything. As long as you can hold on, and it's going to, and we're just very excited. Everybody. By the way, we got a lot of comments about coming back and wishing well, and so it's a happy time. We're just, everything's fine. Flounder's here. Jeff's on the board, and our birthday list includes the hideous Barbara Streisand. Barbara Streisand is 84. I think she won an Oscar for Funny Girl. She won something for music, too. Funny Girl, also Barbara Streisand, was Roz Fokker on Meet the Fockers. So I got that going for you there.
We got Joe on the horn.
Joe, welcome to Letter It Friday. Joe, how's it going, and what's up, sir?
I have an interesting story about the day I got inducted into the service.
Yes, sir.
April 29th, 1967. I got drafted. I had to go down to the induction place on Ponce de Leon near the old Sears store.
Uh-huh.
And my buddy and I go in there, and there's reporters and people with cameras. And I told my buddy, I said, hey, they're going to do a story about us, being inducted into the service.
Yeah, during Vietnam, 1967. Absolutely. Yeah, I can see that.
So they make us stand up, and they make us take one step forward, and they make us raise our hand, and we raised our hand, and he starts doing the oath, and all of a sudden I heard this power to the people, And I looked back, and there was this black guy with his hand raised up.
The old Olympic fist thing. Yeah, the old Olympic fist salute. Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, and it was H. Rap Brown. They arrested him.
Wow. It was H. Rap Brown there with you on Ponce de Leon? Oh, my God.
Yeah, and they put him in handcuffs and took him away, and then they put us on a bus and sent us to the airport.
Holy, what an incredible story! Holy smoke! H. Rap Brown, what was he doing? What was he doing here? Was he leading a march or something?
Here.
Was he living here at the time? Oh my!
Yeah, they arrested him here, didn't they?
Yeah, I'd forgotten that. Oh my Lord!
Yeah, that was a hell of a way to start being in the service.
Holy smokes! Well, listen. Well, thank you for serving. Did you go anywhere fun?
I went to Vietnam on paper. I was in the 6th Armored Cav stationed at Fort Meade, Maryland, but I didn't do anything. I worked in headquarters.
Well, listen, you served your country, my friend, and God bless you, and we appreciate it. And, you're a buddy to the show and a patriot, and thank you. And a great story. H. Rap Brown of the power of the people, my God.
I need to call back and tell you because I've almost died 7 times. And I've written a memoir about it. So
wait a minute! You've died. You almost died 7 times from what? Lightning strikes, or an angry husband, or from what? I mean, my God!
I'll tell you one story. So when I got divorced, I had a bucket list, and one of the things was I wanted to jump out of a plane.
Okay.
Jump out of it. So I called this guy up. He's the owner. He says, "Well, you got to come in on Saturday and do orientation, and then on Sunday." Would you do a static dive with this guy? And I said, well, yeah, that sounds good. He says, well, I'm booked up. He says, I'll fix you up for next weekend. And I said, oh, great.
All right.
So Monday morning, I go get the newspaper. It says, man with 5 skydivers dies in plane crash south of the airport.
That was your flight?
The guy that I talked to was the pilot. And what happened was they put the wrong fuel in the plane, and they all crashed and died.
Oh God, no! Oh man, in fact,
I could have been on that. I could have been on that plane.
Wow. In fact,
I decided that I didn't want to jump out of a plane after that.
Yeah, I would think so. The time I did it once was on my wedding anniversary, and Wayne, no offense, and I both jumped out of an airplane, a tandem jump, and with a club, a skydiving club here in the area, and sometime later, it wasn't that much later, weeks or months later, we read the story of one of the guys who was in the club who was skydiving with us, had been on another jump sometime after, a couple of months or whatever after that. He got out of the plane. The plane landed. For some reason, they got out of the plane, and he took a right and walked right into to the propeller and died. Chopped him up.
Oh my God!
And they can't imagine what happened. For some reason, the plane had stopped, and he got out, and he took a couple steps and went right into the propeller. It was horrible. And we knew. I mean, I was skydiving with him. It was horrible. I mean, there by the grace of God.
I'll call you back and tell you about my other 6 ones later.
All right, we'll do that. We'll look forward to it. It was a great story. Thanks, man. Have a great day.
You have a great day.
I appreciate it. Very nice. Thanks. Yes, sir.
Hey, H. Rap Brown ran a grocery store in West Atlanta. He became Muslim, or at least he adopted a Muslim name.
Yeah.
He was arrested in Marietta for impersonating a police officer, and then later he got in a shootout with the police officers. He killed one, I think, and injured another one. So they basically put him in prison until he died of cancer or something.
Yeah, I forgot that the local link. I don't know why I've forgotten that.
There's a lot more to the story on Wikipedia if you want to read about it, but it's just I mean, the way he went out, what they called him doing and everything. He was a bad guy at the end. He turned his life around a little bit, but then
Well, like what do you mean? What did he do with you? What did he do?
Well, he he was an activist in West Atlanta trying to help people. Had a grocery store, and then they called him with a police badge and all kinds of stuff. And then he supposedly attacked the cops in his Mercedes and shooting at him. And of course, he always said he was innocent. That somebody else claimed they did it too, but there's DNA evidence and stuff.
Well, what a story! Imagine sign for the draft and H. Rap Brown is giving. as a background. I mean, jeez. All right, anyway. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Jeff's on the board. How's it going? 404-741-1230. I didn't even do a birthday for you because we got so excited by her. Did I? Was that a birthday time? No, I don't know. How about...
You did. Barbara Streisand.
Oh, Barbara Streisand. That's right.
So move along.
Well, fine. I'm moving. By the way, again, a salute to Caroline Levitt. Caroline Levitt has given, I guess, her last podium performance. Oh, we lost our TV.
It's probably because of work on the internet. I'll check with Mike in a minute.
Those guys are in here doing cable stuff?
Box, yeah.
Are they?
I have no idea. I've been in here with you the whole time.
I wasn't trying to accuse you. Anyway, so we'll try to get Fox News back on here.
Don't make me come down there.
No, I know. I mean, by the way, we can't watch Fox News anymore. So, but they'll be fixing it anyway.
Well, I got Fox News ready.
I give it a 5. You do have Fox News right there on your formerly.
You know who gave me this T-shirt?
Who gave you that T-shirt?
Who's the dude?
Clay Travis or something?
Who's the daddy of the White House correspondent for Fox? The kid and his dad was Steve.
Ducey. Peter Ducey.
Yeah, Dad Ducey
Steve
gave me
Ducey.
this.
I'll be damned. All right, cool. Yeah. Cool. And by the way, speaking of Fox, well, no, actually not Fox. Speaking of the White House, Caroline Levitt, I think, gave her last podium performance today. Aww. Caroline Levitt is having her baby next week.
What?
Yeah.
That's quick.
Next week. I guess that's why they've only showed her from the shoulders up when she's been talking the last several months or week, unless she just didn't gain much weight. But, I mean, her face looks a little chubbier. I mean, you can't help notice a little bit. But she next week, I couldn't believe it. I read the story. Next week, and it's going to be a girl. It's going to be a baby girl. And she already has a baby, and she's, 25 years old, and this will be her second baby, and her husband's 69 or whatever it is. And she's doing the White House. I mean, it's unbelievable. What a woman. What a story. And she's worked all this time up to have a baby in a week.
And a high-profile high-stress
worked
job.
Oh, my God. I can't imagine how her doctor wouldn't have said, no, wait, no, you got to. Now, maybe they made her take naps every afternoon or something. I don't know, but it doesn't look like. I mean, she was always. In fact, that job, that's a killer of a job. I can't imagine doing that. Under Trump? Oh. I could do it under Biden. Hell, I could do it under Biden. Anyway. All right, 3:31 almost. All right, it's Kimmer, Pete, Flounder. Jeff here's with us. Everything's fine. It's a beautiful Let It Rip Friday. Braves are back. And we'll have a little Friday fun. Now, we got the news coming up, and you'll hear the latest on 106.3. How you doing, like
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki. You're outside working, making good progress on the lawn, and then you hear it. Something isn't running like it should. It might be time for a part upgrade with Kawasaki Genuine Parts from Howard Brothers. When you use Kawasaki Genuine Parts, you're getting pro-trusted parts that your equipment deserves. No guessing, no shortcuts, just dependable power that keeps you running. Find your parts at Howard Brothers and trust Kawasaki Genuine Parts to keep your machines working as hard as you do.
I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but here's why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Companies are changing hands, showing up with new names. You may not even realize it's not the same team anymore. But Central, they've never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947, and that kind of consistency matters, especially when you're trusting someone with your home. Central's team knows HVAC inside and out, delivering dependable service, personalized solutions, and showing up when it counts. No surprises, no switching jerseys, just the same trusted team Atlanta has relied on for generations. When it comes to HVAC, that's a grand slam. Carrier products, carrier warranty, and carrier peace of mind. Call 770-GET-HEAT or visit centralheat.com. That's 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
So, you had a long day. You decided to stop for a cocktail on the way home. The next thing you know, you had one too many and you just got pulled over. You need A Second Chance bail bonds. A Second Chance can get you or loved one out of jail quickly, in most cases in a matter of hours. A Second Chance bail bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Get help now. Call 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT or contact them online at atlbail.com.
Immaculately designed and manicured backyards can significantly enhance your property's value and visual appeal. And by adding a customized, professionally designed and installed artificial putting green from ATL Turf Co., it'll take your home to the next level. ATL Turf Co.'s custom greens are designed to replicate tournament-level green conditions with realistic ball bounce, roll, and speed, and has a stimp meter of 10 to 12.5. So maybe it's time to consider artificial turf.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turf Co. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Hey, this is Los with David from Atlanta, who just purchased his new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent way to buy your next vehicle. David, tell us about your experience.
I had been looking for a vehicle for a couple months. The car buying process was a little challenging at first for me. I had some credit issues in the past, and I just happened to hear a familiar voice on the radio, and it happened to be on the Honest Car Guy ad. I got in touch with Tom. Within 2, maybe 3 days, I had a vehicle being shipped here from Orlando, Florida. I have already recommended him to family members, several friends, and I'll purchase a car from Tom when I make my next purchase for sure.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
A simple act of generosity changed everything. A journey from alone and abandoned to one of the most successful businessmen in Georgia history. Here's Rick Jackson.
I spent Christmas Eve alone in a children's home. When I woke up, a Good Samaritan had left me $100.
Rick Jackson knows what it's like to go without. That's why he'll fight career politicians who talk about cutting income taxes and property taxes, but never deliver.
Unlike career politicians, I know how some extra money can change everything. That's why I'll freeze your property taxes and slash the income tax in half.
Conservative businessman Rick Jackson will deliver the Georgia results that failed career politicians never will.
I'll get you a boatload of your money back, or I won't run again. It's as simple as that.
The conservative outsider who will deliver real tax relief. Rick Jackson for governor. Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Gideon Co. That's a little fat one, I think. That's a Dixie Chicks. God, it was 23 years ago. The Dixie. Wow, that's a long time ago. How it goes by. Dixie Chicks launched a publicity campaign in 2003 on this day to explain their position about what they said about America during the Iraq War. Natalie Maines' statement in particular, during a primetime interview with TV personality hideous Diane Sawyer, Maines said she remained proud of her original statement. The band appeared naked. The original statement was they basically hate America. They're embarrassed George Bush is from Texas. I mean, they were just disgusting. Telling other around the world that they were, ashamed of their president who was fighting a freaking war. So the Dixie Chicks and Natalie appeared naked with private parts strategically covered on the current cover of Entertainment Weekly magazine in 2003. And on their bodies, they had painted words and slogans such as traitors, Saddam's angels, Dixie sluts, And they also printed Proud Americans, free speech, stuff like that, representing positive and negative labels put on them in the aftermath of Dixie Chicks, Natalie Maine's, acting like Bruce Springsteen, Cheatstein or something or other, and they got what's coming. In fact, they had to change their name to the Chicks. Remember that? They couldn't say Dixie anymore. I mean, what a bunch of fun. I mean, seriously,
They were embarrassed to use the term Dixie.
Yeah.
It embarrassed them.
Yeah. And I guess I guess this gave them more courage to hate their country and America's history and, war effort. You know how people in uniform feel about things like this? I mean, seriously, I tell you, well, anyway. It's just it really is. Of course, in the '60s, it was way worse because the campuses were exploding and stuff like that. But there's still it's just it's a thing. It's a thing. It means something to people who are serving their country, and to know that people like that feel that way about you, and it's just it's real personal. Anyway, birthday list includes Kelly Clarkson. I always liked Kelly Clarkson, 44 years old, voice judge, talk show host, and the winner of American Idol. Was she the first? I think she was the first winner. Was she not? If I'm not mistaken, I think Kelly Clarkson was the first winner.
Did she beat out Eldrin Bell's kid?
Yeah, the green-eyed black guy,
Justin Guarini.
Guarini, I think it was. Yeah. And wasn't Kelly Clarkson like a waitress in some little diner in Texas or something, someplace? I think it was really kind of a cool story, if I'm not mistaken. I've always liked her. She seems like a little sweet, happy thing. And I guess she got married, didn't last real long, apparently. But anyway, I think she has a kid and everything. I hope she's good. Anyway, let's see. I got some bad history. I don't have a lot of fun history stuff here today. I tried. I couldn't find some fun ones. One of these is a little bit okay. 1888. On this day, Eastman Kodak Company is founded, introduced with a slogan, "You press the button, we do the rest." It was in 1879, founder George Eastman invented an emulsion coating machine which enabled him to mass produce photographic dry plates, and he began selling them in New York. Before dry plates, you had to use wet plates that had to be coated, immediately exposed, and then developed while they were wet. Dry plates could be exposed and then developed later. And it kind of reminds me of the Paul Harvey rest of the story time when the Polaroid camera was introduced, and the guy was using Kodak film with a regular camera, and he was taking pictures with his daughter, his little girl daughter, and he snapped some pictures, and his little girl said, "Well, where's the picture, Daddy? It's inside the camera, so where's the picture?" And the father said, "That's a great idea. There ought to be some way to have the film develop while it's in the box, since they had this dry emulsion stuff," and that's how he developed the Polaroid Land camera. Edwin Land or somebody. Anyway, I used to do my own. Have you ever done your own developing? When I was in college, when I got out of the Marines, went back to college, I took a course in photography, journalism or something, and we used to go shoot our own film, and then we had to develop it and put it in the bins of the liquid stuff and do all that and put it on the sheets, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah, we did that in high school. Yeah, you could do that.
Do the burn-in stuff to make the, if you wanted to change the shading of it and stuff with the hot lights on the film exposure.
I can still, the smell. Remember the smell of the chemicals?
Oh, God. That one I didn't like too much. That was pretty strong for me, but it wasn't like mimeograph paper that rushed itself the teacher.
In fact, if I remember, my friend Joe in high school, who we went to the Dave Mason concert with, we also went to the Eric Clapton Muddy Waters concert at the Omni, which is one of the greatest concerts ever I've been to. And he took a lot of photos, which I still have one of Clapton, because we were close to the stage, and he developed them in his garage. We developed them there. Yeah,
I'll be darned. Yeah, that was. I used to do my own editing on film taken in film cameras when I worked in TV at KOOL in Phoenix when I was at Arizona State, and we'd go shoot film, and I would actually edit it. And put the stop tabs and edit. I mean, unbelievable. Anyway, those were long days ago. 342. Kimmer, Pete, and what's that?
When I came back to go to film school at Georgia State.
Yeah.
This is like, when was this? This was like late 80s or something. I literally had to borrow my dad's Super 8 camera, and we had to chop it up ourselves in classroom, right?
Yeah.
And you'd find out now that they have a state-of-the-art Hollywood.
Really? Yeah.
I mean,
well, that
studio.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Well, you were back in the days with me also in the 70s. Well, you wasn't in the 70s. You were born then. But we used to do our own editing tape in the radio studio. Radio studios and reel tape recorders. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing that.
Splice those babies, a little white tape there, and the cutting boards and everything.
92 when Sid slid. I've been drinking a Taco Mac down the street. Rushed. We partied in the street for a few hours, and then I rushed back to the studio there on Far Road and spent the entire night drunk. Editing that bottom of the ninth inning,
really?
Putting it together as what do they call it? Telescoping back then. That's what we called it.
Yeah.
Cutting it up.
Yeah.
And that was what Steve Holman and Tom Hughes played that morning over and over and over.
I'll be darned. I just posted that. In fact, oh my God, that's unbelievable. I just posted a Facebook video the other day because I got a challenge of a quiz challenge for you from my buddy pilot, the Delta pilot buddy Kevin. And the Delta challenge. Oh, in fact, you want to do that? Let's do it. We can do whatever we want, right?
Let me just say that was the proudest drunk moment in radio that I had.
Well, you must have done a great job, and they used it in credited you, I'm assuming.
It was perfect.
Okay,
perfect.
All right. Well, there you are. Now, here we are. Let me find this here. Kevin, here we go. Kevin challenged me, or challenged you, actually. He said, we were talking about something. Hold on, I got it right here. Here we go. He said, a great trivia question for Holy Crap at Sports. Ohtani's on-base streak counter. Ohtani's on-base baseball streak ended at 53 games. Of course, he was pitching his 6 shutout innings and lowering his ERA to .38, so he didn't get on base. But there were 6 on-base streaks longer than record holder Duke Snider. And he mentions, do you know anything about people who get on base in a row more than anybody else? Some of the names?
If Duke Snider's on that list, no. I don't know as much
Jim
as I
Thome, 60. Mark McGuire, 61.
All sluggers.
Yeah. Orlando's Cabrera. Ted Williams, 73 times. Joe DiMaggio, 74. And Ted Williams, 84.
Yeah,
on base streaks. Yeah. Anyway, and so I put a tease for this the other day. I never got to it the other day on the radio, and so I used some video from my stuff, and it was a picture of me with a signed autographed baseball by Duke Snider. That my brother got 50, 60, 70 years ago, whatever, and I had that. And during the video I took, in the background, I showed the slide. I have a photo board of the 4 pictures of Sid Bream coming around the corner, and then the eventual slide and the safe sound, and I've got all the photographs signed by Sid Bream as one of my things. And it's on my Facebook page and on the YouTube page from the other day.
You actually saw Sid sign it.
No. So it was probably so
this could be a Jack Kennedy Tom Glavine thing.
Jack Kennedy. Again, for the record, the late Jack Kennedy. By the way, I'm dying every time I know that name because of something I should have been able to do. Anyway,
if you have a signed Tom Glavine baseball, that somehow may have gone through him or Manuel's Tavern back in the 90s.
You don't have a signed
99% chance.
It's not.
You don't.
You don't have a Tom Glavine baseball.
I sat and watched him sign.
He did that by the hour.
It was perfect.
But that's still a memento. That's it. That's even a special thing. It's like a special stolen moment.
I have one.
I love it. Anyway, all right, here we go. Look, shenanigans. It's Friday. Let it rip. Anything goes. What a country. Kimber, Pete, Flounder, and Jeff on the board, and it's a beautiful day, and the Braves are in town, and good grief, let's rock and roll. Look at it. Here we go.
Start your day with Tug and Los on the Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Then it's Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck at noon, and the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. And hang out every night for Jesse Kelly at 6 and Jimmy Fela at 9. And stream it all live in crystal clear HD on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey, Dad, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How do you know when you're in love?
Well, can't stop thinking about him. Your heart races sometimes, and you just want to be with them every moment of the day.
Dad, I think I'm in love then.
Got a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. I remember my first Subaru, too.
There are so many reasons to love a new Subaru. From Subaru of Gwinnett, like standard symmetrical all-wheel drive on most models. top-rated gas mileage, and technology and safety that will give you the warm and fuzzies. Like the Subaru Crosstrek, with 182 horsepower and up to 120 cubic feet of interior space. Or the Subaru Outback, built to take you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. Add in their amazing staff and incredible service department, and you'll understand why love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. But the only way to know it's the one is to come in for a test drive. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Calling all contractors. Stovall & Company Wholesale Landscape Supply is here for you.
We've been family owned and operated for more than 75 years, and we just opened our 11th location in Canton, Georgia.
We are proud to provide all your wholesale irrigation, nursery, and landscape supply needs.
We are partnered with Keystone Hardscape to offer a wide variety of products to enhance any outdoor living space.
Here at Stovall, we have it all. Check us out at StovallInc.com or visit any of our convenient locations throughout North Georgia.
This is Flounder, and if you want fewer HVAC surprises, call Dobbs Heating and Air. The Dobbs Club membership includes 2 maintenance visits a year, and right now you get a 3rd visit free. That means better efficiency, longer system life, and improved indoor air quality. You get priority scheduling, 15% off repairs, and no overtime charges. Plans start at just $199 with membership starting at $17 a month. Service calls are only $85. Dobbs Heating and Air. Local, honest, and dependable. Find them at DobbsHVAC.com.
One of the hardest things to do is to walk away from a paycheck. As retirement planners, Masterplan knows how hard it can be to pull the trigger on your own retirement. Don't go it alone. Masterplan is a holistic retirement planning firm that works with you to create a retirement plan to help maximize your golden years. Through income planning and money management, legacy planning, and tax planning, we create a plan specifically designed for your life. Enter retirement with confidence. Contact Masterplan to analyze your retirement outlook and create a plan that's right for you. All initial consultations are complimentary, so contact us today and begin your pursuit towards peace of mind. Visit masterplanretire.com. Masterplan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Masterplan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Masterplan Retirement Consulting. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Thinking about starting weight loss treatment? GoodRx is here to help. We offer FDA-approved GLP-1 medications prescribed by licensed providers, including the Wegovy tablet, with straightforward pricing and pickup at your local pharmacy or delivery to your door. All from America's #1 prescription app. Go to GoodRx.com/weight-loss to get started. GoodRx is not insurance. Cancel anytime. #1 prescription app ranked by a third-party study.
Well, if you don't think this is one of the prettiest songs you've heard in a while, then I'm probably going to disagree with you. Ray Charles, 1979, on this day, the state song of Georgia today. Georgia on my mind. The music to the song was written by Hoagy Carmichael in 1930. He had also recorded a version of the song in New York that same year. Ray Charles, a native of Georgia, of course. Ray Charles recorded this in 1960 on the album The Genius Hits the Road. What a great story. What a great song. Of you. That's Ray Charles. By the way, Neil Boortz joining us at 4 o'clock after the news today. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, Jeff on the board, and our birthday list includes Aidan Gillen, one of the great villains. Aidan Gillen is 58 today. He, on the Game of Thrones, played Littlefinger, Lord Baelish. And he was a duplicitous son of a bitch. And the ending was great when that snotty little red girl, the giant red-haired queen girl, who's turned into something of a bimbo, by the way. She pops up on my Facebook page all the time. You know, she apparently decided to leave her husband in real life because she was having too much fun partying or something. Anyway, that red-haired girl and Arya, the little former tomboy type girl. They were accusing what he thought was somebody else. And isn't that right? Do you plead guilty, Lord Baelish? And me. And then Arya, as I recall, slit his freaking throat. If I'm not, is that correct? I think. Anyway, Aidan Gillen, 58 years old today. Little finger. All right, see, hold on a second here with the thing. And saluting happiness of long married lives. On this day in 1992, David Bowie married Somali supermodel Imam. They were together until his death in 2016. More than 20 years. Bowie was 69 when he passed away, and this would be their wedding day, 1992. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Neil Boortz joining us at 4 o'clock. And Donald Trump, did we mention Donald Trump has plans. Tonight, Saturday night is the White House Media Correspondents Association dinner. More than 200 so-called reporters have signed some kind of a document saying that the association should make Donald Trump feel horrible, unwelcome, do things to make him miserable, whatever you can to attack basically the president of the United States. So the word is out, though, that Donald Trump may launch his own revenge attack when he confronts them Saturday night and then leave before they can get back at him. He's told people he's going to come after the folks who have been writing all the negative stuff about him, especially lately with the war in Iran, and there's been a lot of that crap. The Daily Beast has a story saying he's probably going to come after them too. He has told aides he has no intention of being in the international ballroom when they do the honoring of the awards, including they're giving the Katharine Graham Award to the Wall Street Journal for their scoop about the bawdy letter that Trump allegedly wrote to Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday party on the card. And so Donald Trump is saying, I'm not going to be there to have them slander me and stuff like that. So he's going to go blast them and then leave. The Master of Ceremonies thing this year is a little different. Instead of a comedian, they're doing a mentalist entertainer, Oz Perlman, replacing the comedian and avoiding a potential Trump roast. Anyway, Donald Trump says, apparently, we'll find out, because it's going to be on Fox, but he apparently is going to make his comments and then get the hell out. Donald Trump also says, I think it's hysterical. I'm not sure how they can pull it off or what it would mean. Donald Trump says, if the Southern Poverty Law Center is actually convicted and found guilty of all these fraudulent, horrible things, these racist, vicious, anti-American traitors to their country, if they're guilty, Donald Trump says the entire 2020 presidential election should be permanently wiped off the books and have no further force or effect, unquote. The Southern Poverty Law Center, funneling millions of dollars to the Ku Klux Klan, the Nazi Party, Socialist Movement, United Klans, Unite the Right, to cause racist riots and so forth, and then make money off it. That's one of the most duplicitous, vicious, nasty, dangerous things an organization of lawyers could come up with. I mean, these are freaking lawyers. Aren't they lawyers? I mean, they're lawyers. Maybe not every one, but they're doing legal stuff. They're supposed to be the keepers of the Constitution. And they were deliberately causing race riots and racial division in this country, which we may never get over. I mean, since they've been doing this stuff, I mean, this is, my God. From the Charlottesville to the George Floyd thing, I mean, they were in the midst of all this stuff, making it worse and worse for America so they can raise more money, saying you need us. Oh, God, it's so freaking... how long is the Gutfeld sound? I forgot to ask. Jeff, do you know how long the Gutfeld soundbite is? He's in there studying now. He's quietly studying.
Minute 49.
2 minutes? Yeah, we don't have time to play it. Well,
we'll do a comedy bit, and then we'll play it when we come back.
Well, we have Neil Boortz.
Oh, we'll play it after.
We'll do it after. Anyway, if you haven't heard this, you ought to. The Southern Poverty, and at least do a whole nother situation, and we'll talk about that too. I'm really, this is just appalling. And you'll also hear Pete Hegseth talking about the Iran war blockade and stuff like that, too. So we'll get to that as well, also. And let's see. Oh, I heard we're going to do a Flounder's Funny here in a second. I heard last night going home, Jesse Kelly was playing the sound bites, and he had Cory Booker, Spartacus. Cory Booker, he's screaming and yelling because he's going to run for office again. And they had Cory Booker talking to this audience in Michigan, and he said, I'm going to scream here in a second, so forgive me. Cory Booker was saying, I don't want Michigan to lend me a hand. I want Michigan fist. I want a Michigan fist. I want the fist in Michigan. I want to get the fist. And I'm going, oh, my God. And Jesse Kelly's, trying to keep a straight face as he's doing his commentary about how he's going to take the hard one up there in Michigan. That's for stuff like that. I'm going, oh, my God. Cory Booker, what a freaking dingbat. All right, hold everything. Flounder's Funny. One more.
I'd like to leave you with a short story about a young Marine named Ricky. It seems that after fighting in Sangan for 4 months, Ricky received a Dear John letter from his girlfriend back home. It read as follows. Dear Ricky, I can no longer continue our relationship. The distance between us is too great. I must admit that I have cheated on you twice since you've been gone, and it's not fair to either of us. I'm sorry. Please return the picture of me that I sent you. Regrets, Becky. He asked his fellow Marines for any snapshots that they could spare of their girlfriends, sisters, ex-girlfriends, or cousins. In addition to his picture of his now ex-girlfriend, Ricky included all the other pictures of the pretty girls he had collected from his buddies. There were 57 photos in the envelope that he sent back to Becky, along with this short note. Dear Becky, I'm sorry, but I can't quite remember who the hell you are.
And we all knew that trick, by the way. It's coming up on 4 o'clock with Neil Boortz, Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, Jeff. The whole crew is here. Braves are in town. It's a beautiful day, and why not on 106.3? Look out. Here we go. Stand by.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
A missing grad student is found in Tampa, dead. I'm Carmen Roberts. This is Fox News.
I am heartbroken to announce the discovery of human remains discovered on the Howard Franklin Bridge earlier this morning.
Deputy Chief Joseph Maher with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office says they identified the body as Zamil Liman, a missing University of South Florida grad student. Deputies arrested his roommate, Hisham Abu Garbia, and charged him with various crimes, but not murder because
we are pending the autopsy results for manner and cause of death.
Investigators are still searching for a second student, Nahida Bristi, who has been missing since last Friday.
We need the community's help. Any tips we have to see her last known location, where has she been seen recently? If anybody has that information, please contact the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office.
Police say Bristi lived on the USF campus, not near Zamil and the suspect. Iran and the U.S. are sending delegations to Pakistan for possible peace talks, and War Secretary Pete Hegseth is telling Iran
has an important choice, a chance to make a deal, a good deal, a wise deal.
Iranian state media say that Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi traveled to Islamabad today, but the negotiations are not on the table. This comes as President Trump keeps up the pressure of the Strait of Hormuz.
The White House says it has both the time and resources to keep the U.S. blockade of both Iranian ports and ships in place. But when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz, the president is threatening Iran and its proxies not to interfere. The administration also very eager to see cargo traffic move through at a more normal pace.
Fox's Mark Meredith at the White House. The Justice Department drops its criminal investigation of Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell over the costly building renovations at the headquarters in D.C., and that clears a major roadblock for the confirmation of Powell's successor, Kevin Warsh. America's listening to Fox News.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-884-1012 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-884-1012. That's 800-884-1012. What do you have to lose? Call 800-884-1012. Again, 800-884-1012.
Okie dokie. It's Neil Boortz time here at the Mighty 106.3. Neil Boortz from Parts Unknown. Welcome, sir. How's it going? What's up?
I got nothing.
Well, you've come to the right place. You got a million things. Hell, we could talk about anything. Have you seen the video of that 14-year-old boy who and the 15-year-old girl, and he wants in New York City on video? He wants her phone number. She says no, don't. And he kind of forces her, and she walks away on the other side of a car, and he picks her up like a wrestling move, slams her to the ground, and stomps her in the head with his foot. And it's all on video. They caught the kid.
Let me guess.
Well. Yeah,
he was not white.
Did not seem like a blue-eyed, blonde-haired fellow. No,
no. Okay, so the culture.
Real quick, Neil. There's been an update where the mother is defending the child, saying that the girl provoked it.
She said, "Leave me the blank alone." So she used the F word when he was bothering her. I saw the video. Anyway.
Okay, now, I did see the story, didn't pay much attention to it. It seems typical of the culture.
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
No, in fact, I read a commentary in light of this story. It came over early this morning, and I saw a commentary about it. And I was a woman, I believe, writing it, and she was making the point. This is the new culture. This is the new culture. It's porn and instant gratification from social media. Click left, click right. Texting immediately. It's the new culture, and getting what you want and forcing. It's just unbelievable. 14 and 15.
Yeah, you would have thought they were on a Carnival cruise.
Well. Anyway, we got plenty.
You got words like ratchet. Do you know what ratchet means?
Ratchet is a wrench, and to ratchet something is to twist it, as I recall. Isn't that right?
No. Go on Facebook. It's amazing the number of commentaries on Facebook you get from black people talking about how sick to damn death they are of black culture. Of ghetto behavior, of ratchet behavior.
Oh, I'd never heard that. I've never heard that word in that. I've heard the complaints clearly, but I don't remember that word. Yeah. Well, cool. All right.
So, in fact, on Facebook, I posted earlier this week on Facebook, and this was. I'm not often shocked by the way people react. And in fact, people think that this is BS. But I'm telling you, when I was on the air, if I didn't get death threats, the people at the radio stations were saying, "What is wrong?"
Yeah,
you're not getting any death threats. And so I would have to ratchet it up. There's the word, just a little bit, so that I could get some death threats.
Well,
but I put this on Facebook earlier this week. I thought this was a brilliant question. It's 2 paragraphs, and it just illustrated my get to the heart of the matter stuff. I wrote, here's a little exercise for you. Write down on a piece of paper a price per gallon of gasoline beyond which you think that we should just go ahead and allow Iran to develop a nuclear weapon.
Yeah. Well, what's it worth to American driving public?
No.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
mean, once gas reaches this price per gallon, it is your considered opinion that's the hell with it. Let's just let them have that nuclear weapon. And I got death threats for posting that.
Well, that seems a little rough.
Why?
I mean,
what I posted
getting death threats for saying, how much you're willing to pay to have, anyway.
Not just me, but I got
idiots.
death threats against my family. I hope your daughter's entire family is murdered. I hope they draft your grandchildren.
Yeah, I remember I heard you saying that. Yeah,
all because I posted that.
Yeah, I know, but it's I don't get it. I mean, the world's crazy. And again, I don't know how we're going to get over this division. I really don't. How? Because 5, 10, 7, 8, and 20, 100 years ago, no one would have ever made that connection. No one would have ever taken your comment and turned it into death threats for your family. I mean, it would have never entered anybody's mind to think that way.
I got comments from people. I thought you were dead. How come you're not dead by now?
Yeah.
Please go ahead and die.
Yeah.
What did I do? I asked them what price of gasoline is just too much to pay to make sure Iran doesn't get a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, I know. It's our culture. It's right now. It's what's going on here. Since the Democrats went woke left, and that's because of social media. It's a freaking cell phone. It's a freaking cell phone. And they all got hooked on it, and all of a sudden, oh my God, a cop beat up somebody on a sidewalk. Oh, let's have no more police in the country. Excuse me?
I love watching videos of European cops at work.
I saw, what was that the other day? Was it a German? I saw something the other day.
They're the
best. Somebody tried to get away with something, and the cop, wherever this was, just wailed into him. Really took care of the situation.
Well, I mean, there was one instance where they're trying to arrest some sweet young thing, and she tries to bite one of the police officers.
Yeah, I saw that video.
And he just backs up and slaps the ever-loving Obama out of her. And she's on the ground looking at this police officer like, I can't believe you did that.
You hit me. Well, welcome to the bigs, baby.
Oh, well, we got this. At least neither one of us is Mike Vrabel.
Oh, man. And now, I mean, the whole thing makes me really sad. It really does. 6 years it's apparently been going on. And again, Pete was telling us. Pete, in fact, just real quickly, tell Neil, I don't know whether we heard the latest quick update. Oh, your mic's dead? We don't have Pete here. Oh, they fixing it in there still?
It's up.
Huh? What? Oh, you're up?
It's up.
Okay, your mic's on. Tell Neil what a quick thing on the latest of the Coach Vrabel accusations may lead to.
Supposedly, she named her first child Michael after him. That it's really his kid. And that she got inside information from him and the Julio Jones trade, and used that. That's allegations.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I mean it's just a sick situation.
In the meantime, we have this NFL draft.
Yeah, were you watching?
I go back to my.
Well, you represented NFL people.
I did. I was an NFL player rep, and very briefly, I mean, you as a lawyer, you start representing jocks, and oh boy, that's a special type of hell.
I'll bet.
And so right now, for every one of these guys drafted in the NFL draft, especially in the first couple of rounds, there are at least 50 bimbos out there waiting to crawl in bed with them and get knocked up so that they'll have 18 years of child support payments.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true.
And we tried to tell them that. We had seminars on how to convince our clients these girls are going to lie to you. Oh, I'm on birth control, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And just to get pregnant so that you will be their ATM for the next 18 years.
Yeah. Well, of course, some alternatives that would, make that unnecessary.
The View has been on the air for 29 years?
I didn't. No, I don't know. I don't.
How many full episodes of The View have you ever watched?
None, ever.
None here too.
I mean, I've seen clips of them from what they do, but I don't think I've ever actually. I don't even know when is it like 9 in the morning or 10 in the morning?
I don't even know. I think
midday, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. I look at the view if I see Whoopi Goldberg and I think Ted Danson. What the hell was he thinking?
I just, Lordy. And I just, it's just they're angry, nasty, and they are so far from Sunny and Whoopi happiness and the Man in the Moon. Sunny is angry, Whoopi is angry. All that,
I did a photography class like you did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, develop, process our own film.
Yeah.
And
cool.
it led to a very, very ugly, unfortunate scene.
Oh, well, I want to hear all about it now.
I'm sure you do. Anyway, so
yes.
It's A&M, the Brazos River.
Yeah.
And I'm working at a radio station there, and our news people say there's been a drowning at the Brazos River, and they pulled some bodies out of the water. Oh, hell, I'm in a photography class. So I ended up down there covering that, and I took some pictures of these stiff but wet bodies lying on the side of the river.
Oh, my.
And I just, stacked it up. It just, picture just disappeared, and there was a stack of something somewhere. About 2 years later, I am married to the Cajun.
Yeah.
Which was a very unfortunate 5 years of my life. You've been there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And so all of a sudden I hear this blood-curdling scream coming out of the living room, and I go running in there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a critter, it wasn't a mouse, it wasn't a spider or anything. Yeah. It was the Cajun.
Yeah.
I'm being very nice. I'm not referring to by that word.
Yeah.
I'm not using it.
No, I can't say that one.
She's holding that picture and screaming and crying, and I felt very bad for her. It was one of her former boyfriends.
Oh, my God. Oh, Lordy.
Isn't
that? Ay.
And she didn't know that he had drowned and was dead.
Oh, God, that's even. She did. Oh, my God. So you informed her her boyfriend was dead because you took his picture and
laying on his back on the river with his arms, and with his arms stiff and straight. Oh, it was horrible.
And this was 2 years after she was with him. Is that what you?
No, this was 2 years after we got married.
Oh, Lordy. Oh, my.
My brother came. I had a 66 white Mustang.
Cool.
Yeah, and at the wedding, my brother thought it would be cool to paint it up with black shoe polish.
Oh, that
liquid
can't be
shoe
good.
polish.
Oh, yeah.
The whole thing needed to be repainted.
Yeah, I could assume that. Yeah, I did that to a fraternity brother's car once. I painted my little doodad circles on it in yellow finger paint, and it was an MGTD. Phi Delta Theta. It was an MGTD sports car.
Did you say I felt the thigh?
No, yeah, and he was a jerk. We all hated him, and so
that's not nice.
Yeah, I know. And right before I left on the end of the year and end of May, I painted a bunch of stuff with finger paint on his car, and it ruined the paint. And he sent a letter to my family, and my father sent him a check for a paint job because that's how he found out I had done it. My father said, "Did you paint this guy's car?" I'm sorry, Dad. Yeah, I did. An MGTD sports car. He was not too happy about that. So that was a British racing green, one of the old famous green colors.
I knew
the old days.
I knew a Marine pilot. He was a friend of my dad's. I just idolized these pilots. He had an MG, and he would pick up hitchhikers regularly.
Not a lot of room in there.
Well, no, there's not. But he showed me some. He said, "Watch this when I shift in the third." And he'd shift that car in the third, and his hand kind of went up under the dashboard. And when it came back, he had a K-bar in his hand.
Oh, mercy. The K-bar being a Marine Corps knife, a large butcher knife, hunting knife, yeah.
Bowie knife.
I got one. I gave one I've had for 40 or 50 years to my son-in-law, and I've got another one I carry all the time.
Well, you could get me one. Make a great present.
That will be a great present. I will definitely take care of that. So an original one, a real one, because they make knockoffs. By the way, you want to be careful. If you want a Marine Corps, you want a Marine Corps K-bar. You want an original, an old one.
But here's a video I want to see.
All right.
Some mad woman down there, and oh God, I feel bad for these people in Georgia that are losing their homes.
The fires, wildfires.
Yeah. But the CNN crew was
I saw this.
I haven't seen it. This woman came out of, and she just basically told him to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, the crew was on her property videoing the flames and the fire, and she said, "My dogs were out there. Get the hell out of here. Get off my land." He said, "Sorry, we're leaving. We're going. Sorry."
I wonder if she'd have done that on Fox News.
I don't know. I don't know. In fact, the first thing I thought was if she knew they were CNN, or she just didn't want them because she was worried about her dogs. But I don't know whether that was the reason.
It could have been Don Lemon. Is that what he calls himself now?
No, it's Don Lemon. We just call him Lemon because that's
do you?
what we call him.
It could have been him eyeing the fireman. So.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing. Here's a guy who's, I miss him, Big Time Charlie. And the fact of the matter, he's a freaking racist. He only has sex with white men. I mean, think about it. The man's a phony. He only makes love to white men. I mean, he'd spread the... What?
That would be a definition of a bigot, not a racist.
Well, that's true, but he wouldn't know the difference. Of course, racist being a genetic thing as opposed to a social.
Well, that's right. I mean, there's very few racist. Oh, and by the way, I saw another one about... I forget who is this, Jayapal or whatever.
Oh, God. There are two of them. One of them is this Hassan Piker.
Oh, God.
Have you seen that guy?
You know what embryo did it?
Oh, man. In fact, we were going to talk about him later. Hassan Piker, and they played the video last night on Fox, and I heard Jesse Kelly talking about this. The podcasters of the New York Times podcast featured this guy, Hassan Piker, and his radical chick reporter from the New York Times talking about how it's okay to commit murder if it's social murder and justified, like killing that guy, the CEO of the healthcare company, and that it's okay to steal if you call it not stealing. No, they call it. Oh God, I can't. Now the word's not here.
Micro something.
Oh, jeez, I hate. Here it is. Listener,
I thought it was called micro reparations.
No, it's. Oh my God! All right, hold on.
This is the left. This is the left.
It's defensive looting, and they call it the red. Let's favor podcast. Nasty piece of work. Questions whether it's okay to steal. Oh, what the hell do they call it? I can't believe they don't have the phrase in here. It's like mini looting or something like that. Yeah. Oh God, I can't believe I didn't have the freaking term in here.
So anyway, this Jayapal or whatever, Mike.
There's another one.
Yeah, if she was the last woman on Earth, I'd demand a recount. But anyway, Cuba has the lowest infant mortality in the world. You know about how great the Cuban medical.
Yeah.
Okay, I am here now to educate people.
Okay.
The left is very fond of telling people how the infant mortality rate in the United States is so much higher than it is in Cuba or a lot of these communist countries. Now, of course, the media is not going to research that and tell you what's going on because that feeds their narrative anyway, so they're just going to leave it there.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. In the United States, if an infant dies during childbirth, if it's viable and dies on the delivery table, it's counted as an instance of infant mortality.
A birth with a death?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in Cuba, last I checked, the infant has to live for 30 days before it is considered a viable infant. Yeah.
Oh, please. Are you serious?
This is the way they play it.
God.
I mean,
no wonder they don't have any infant deaths.
I know it. I mean, if the little baby is alive for 3 weeks and then dies of some infection, what have you, they don't even count it as ever having been alive. So therefore, it's not part of infant mortality statistics.
Yeah.
This is the little tricks, the little jokes that the left pulls on us to make America look bad and these socialist, communist countries look good, and our media damn well knows it.
Yeah,
they know it.
They should have all the people go to Cuba instead of come to America. Cuba's much better. Let's have them all go to America.
Oh my God, it'll tip over. Don't you know that? Come on, Kimmer.
Yeah, Hank Johnson.
Yeah. It would just
mercy.
Tip over. It would be terrible. There was another article in BuzzFeed: talk show hosts destroyed by guests on their own shows.
Oh, yeah. Was I in there?
I don't know. I started thinking, have I ever been destroyed by a guest on my own show?
I doubt that.
Well, I didn't have guests a lot. You know, it's not like I'm Sean Hannity that I have to have a guest every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But I couldn't think of a time. I can think of one time I was embarrassed to hell, but that's the time I had Mary Tyler Moore on.
Oh, and what did you do?
Well, God, when I was in college, did I have a crush on Mary Tyler
Moore? My God, yeah. With Dick Van Dyke Show, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't talk.
Yeah, she was a dish, yeah.
Well, yeah, anyway, she got really skinny.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had her on the air. We're having a good time. I said, by the way, you need to eat something.
Oh, God. Uh-oh. That's probably wrong.
I think that was the day that somebody sent me some brownies at the radio station.
A little something in them.
Real quick, guys, it's called micro-looting.
Micro-looting. Thank you, Flounder.
I knew
that's what it was. I knew it. I can't believe they didn't put it in the word in that story because it was in a different story. So thank you. Was that Jeff who did that?
I believe Charlie called in.
Charlie. Thank you, Charlie.
Oh, so you don't want me to pay this off?
No, I do. Please do. I'm sorry. We had to get
so
that
I said, you need to eat. You do know I'm diabetic, don't you?
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
The love of my teenage college years just nailed me. Oh, my.
Oh, mercy.
I deserved it. I really did.
Yeah. I only had one guest who came in unexpectedly on a talk show back when Wayne No Offense was my producer here in Atlanta, and he represented a political candidate whom I had outed as doing something really bad, and it was a big thing. And so the candidates came in and just burst into the studio. I mean, not the candidate, his representative came in, still in Atlanta, by the way, still talking, came into the studio and started accusing me of stuff, and I went for him, and Wayne No Offense tried to step in front of me because I was going for the guy, and Wayne No Offense stepped in front of me, and I didn't know I did this till later. I slammed Wayne up against a wall to get to the guy and knocked his shoulder out of joint. It was his bad shoulder.
Well, the guy didn't know you were a Marine?
No, he didn't care. But anyway, so that was not a good way to have a show thing.
I'm sorry that happened to you. You know, there was that episode between me and Bill Campbell when he was mayor of Atlanta.
Oh, no, I know there was a Bill Campbell thing. And by the way, yeah, what a sleazebag he should not be. What was your thing with Bill Campbell? Yeah, what a dirtbag. Really.
Well, I mean, this is one time when I lost it on the air. I completely lost it. Lost control. It was air rage, a version of road rage.
Yeah.
And, I had always said on the air, because I was very critical of Bill Campbell when I found out what a crook he was.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to come in here, pal, just walk on in here and we'll go at it on the air. So he did one day. He walked in there. And he did not want to talk about his conduct as mayor. He decided he wanted to talk about what kind of lawyer I was.
Oh, boy.
So, he started accusing me of all this and that and unethical, just total BS. And I'm trying to talk to him, and he keeps talking. And then finally, I just looked at him and I yelled, "Sit down and shut up, you GD son of a..."
Oh my! The GD part probably got a lot of attention.
All of it. And you know what? He sat down, and his security came in and grabbed him and rushed him out of the studio. and I looked up, and the general manager of the radio station. You remember Mark Morgan?
Yeah. I didn't have a lot directly with him at that time, but yeah, I know who you.
Great guy.
He's a boss.
Guy.
Yeah, good guy. Yeah.
One of the best.
Yeah.
And Bugsy were standing outside of the window. and after it was over, I walked out there and I said, "I saw you looking at me through the window. What were you thinking?" I mean, I apologized on the air. What were you thinking? And they said, well, two thoughts. Number one was, should we go in there and stop you? And the second thought was, if we should, which one of us was going to try to do it?
Well, you never know. It's a fun life sometimes. So.
Well, I turned out to be right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, you did.
Absolutely turned out to be right.
Yeah.
So, but, oh, boy, Bill Campbell took, was it the Centennial Olympic Games or the Bicentennial? I forget.
Well, now
Centennial.
Centennial?
100 years.
100 years. Yeah.
Bill Campbell single-handedly took those Olympic Games in Atlanta and embarrassed and humiliated Atlanta on the world stage.
Well, we had plenty of T-shirt shops, so you know,
into a third world flea market.
Well, we had a lot of those T-shirt shops available for you every corner, and you know, the pickup truck parade was pretty cool. You know,
people died. There were people that came here from overseas, from the African continent and what have you, and they had their boxes, their truckloads or whatever, their shipments of T-shirts and all this they were going to sell on the streets of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And some of them stayed here and tried to set up operations where they could still sell their stuff.
Yeah.
And at least in one occasion, one of them became so financially destroyed by this whole thing that he committed suicide.
Wow. Didn't know that.
And I mean, Bill Campbell and, you know, his gang, they had some of these people, they set them up on streets in Atlanta with their little shops to sell trinkets and on streets that were closed for the Olympics.
Wow. Yeah, right. Well, it was a time, all right. That was definitely. I got a lot of reaction from people who live here and thought, "What's going on now? What's this?"
Oh, I was going to make a killing. I was going to rent my house out.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
But you didn't do it?
No, I didn't do it.
Well,
but
probably just as well.
Yeah, a perfect chance for Atlanta to shine on the world stage, and Mayor Bill Campbell. There was a man. You know that song? He's in the jailhouse now.
Oh.
Now, when Johnny Cash sings "He's in the jailhouse now," what is the name of the guy that's in the jailhouse now?
Bill, isn't it Bill?
Bill Campbell.
I always
thought named Bill Campbell.
I caught him trying to drive by my house to catch my wife out by the pool. He's a sleazy
that's
scumbag.
interesting.
Oh.
So, do you have any pictures of her?
I don't.
By the pool?
No.
Damn. Oh, well. Hey, how about the automobile dealer that says, we, all credit applications accepted?
Accepted, yes. We'd be happy to accept your application. We're not going to do anything with it, but we're going to accept it.
Well, it'll be accepted. In other words, we know you're a dumbass. Come buy a car from us.
I love it. Neil Boortz, listen, have a great weekend. Hi to the missus, and, be careful out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right,
I got my 357 club now.
Your 357 is either golf clubs that you'd only use 3 irons on the course, or you got a 357 Magnum on your hip. One of the two.
357 fairway wood.
Yeah.
Man.
I know. I've seen that advertised.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Is it good?
The advertisements are true, but the downside is it'll only work for 45 days. That's
I heard you say that. Yeah, then it's over. Well, that's of course for all of us with every club. Neil Boortz, have a good one, man. See you next week. Look out. Here we go. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, Neil Boortz, 430, 1063. Here we go.
When Atlanta drivers want strength, capability, and comfort in one place, they head to Jim Ellis Buick GMC.
That's because Buick and GMC deliver everything from refined luxury to serious professional-grade performance, and Jim Ellis Buick GMC makes the buying experience quick, easy, and transparent.
Whether you're looking for a rugged GMC Sierra, a versatile Acadia, or a refined Buick Enclave, you'll find a huge selection in stock right now.
And just like every Jim Ellis dealership, you can shop your way. Start online, value your trade, schedule a test drive, even handle paperwork from home.
Or stop by and experience the no-pressure, straightforward approach Jim Ellis is known for.
Find your new Buick GMC at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person for a VIP shopping experience designed around your needs.
2 convenient locations to serve you. In Chamblee on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter, or up Highway 20 in Buford near the Mall of Georgia.
Jim Ellis Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
Are you paying too much in taxes? Most people are, and they don't even realize it. Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Every year, hardworking individuals and business owners send more money to the IRS than they legally have to. I hate to see it. Not because they did anything wrong, but because the tax code is complex. It's always changing, and it's full of opportunities most people never hear about. So here's the real question. Could you be paying less in taxes? With the right strategy, many people can. Through smarter planning, overlooked deductions, and better retirement and income decisions, you can win in retirement. That's why we're offering a complimentary tax analysis. No cost, no obligation, just a clear look at where you may be overpaying and what you can do about it. Stop guessing, get answers. Call Nicholas Wealth Management 678-990-8500, 678-990-8500, or visit nicholaswealth.com.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki. You're outside working, making good progress on the lawn, and then you hear it. Something isn't running like it should. It might be time for a part upgrade with Kawasaki Genuine Parts from Howard Brothers. When you use Kawasaki Genuine Parts, you're getting pro-trusted parts that your equipment deserves. No guessing, no shortcuts, just dependable power that keeps you running. Find your parts at Howard Brothers and trust Kawasaki Genuine Parts to keep your machines working as hard as you do.
Great, another auto repair. You took it to the dealer and now you're starting to panic. They say it's going to cost thousands and take weeks to complete. So don't fall for the tricks. Take it to Vicks. From simple oil changes and tires to transmission replacements and collision repair, you can count on Vicks Auto Care for honest, affordable service. Vicks Auto Care on Roswell Street in Marietta. Visit them today at VicksAutoCare.com. That's VIKS Autocare.com.
It's official. President Trump has endorsed Burt Jones for governor.
Burt Jones has been an incredible leader. This man has my complete and total endorsement, and I really want to see him win.
Burt Jones is a trusted Trump conservative who's leading the fight to end Georgia's state income tax.
He's going to make a great, great governor. You will be very happy, Georgia. Burt Jones has my complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Burt Jones for Georgia.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. So when we go through days or weeks of volatility in the market, Sean, it's hard to know what to do. What can you tell us?
The biggest thing is don't panic or make immediate decisions with your money. Take those emotional concerns out of the middle of it. You know, look, markets cycle regularly. Market corrections and bear markets are a normal part of the cycle. They're just part of the plan that are going to be accounted for. If you feel nervous when you read the headlines about big drops in the market, you might not know enough about how your money is positioned. That's why it's important to get the right guidance on a financial plan for your retirement.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
All right, so now's the time to start, folks. Looking ahead and identifying if you have too much risk in your portfolio. That's the first thing. We have a helpful little resource for our listeners today. We call it the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get it today by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement, plus guides on major topics like investments, Social Security, income planning, taxes, and so forth of the key components of retirement. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer and get your Retire Happy Framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework to you right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Firm does not provide tax services.
Neil Boortz is live every day on Extra 106.3.
And again, I'll point out to you, you cannot underestimate the hatred the left has for Donald Trump. And the main reason he is working to deport these illegals because they represent future Democrat voters.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Oh, we're doing music at 4:30. Oh, I love it. I think Jeff screwed up. Nah.
No, it's been taken out on Fridays for whatever reason, but I'll have Mike put it back in.
Oh, no.
No, we're putting it back in.
No, we're not putting it back in. Mike, do not listen to my...
That's what she said.
Oh, God. Yeah. Now?
She won't notice that either.
How could you tell? Write her a note. Anyway, I'm here. This is the Wayne Fontana. You can play a little background there, Jeff. Here you go. 1965, Wayne Fontana and the Mindbenders went to number 1 in America with Game of Love. It was number 2 in Britain. Wayne Fontana took his name from a DJ Fontana, the Elvis Presley drummer. Eric Stewart, guitarist in the Mindbenders, went on to join Hot Legs and 10cc. But it started in 1965. Game of Love, Wayne Fontana, I think. Let's see. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and Jeff on the board. And our birthday list includes, I mentioned a little while ago, the birthday of Aidan Gillen. Aidan Gillen's 58. He was in Game of Thrones, played the Littlefinger Lord Baelish, who got his. Well, also, birthday today, 57-year-old Rory McCann. Rory McCann from Game of Thrones played the giant fighter named the Hound with a burned scar face business there. Rory McCann, 57. Two guys had birthdays a year apart, and I thought it was kind of cool, Game of Thrones guys. And I don't have a lot of exciting history stuff. Usually I get some pretty good history things. I'll do a little bit.
Aiden had some good bits on Peaky Blinders, too. He played the role there.
And on what, Pinky Blinders? I don't know what that is. Is that a movie?
It's a Netscape. You wouldn't know that. It's
Netscape? There's a Netscape? Is that?
No, there used to be a Netscape. It's a Netflix.
Oh. I'm still back in the 80s. I'm still back at Radio Shack. I mean, I remember going into radio. I used to go into Radio Shack when you did.
Good luck. Maybe there's a Circuit City you could go into.
Or Blockbusters or something, you know.
Or a Handy City.
Oh, mercy.
Hey, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
When I worked at Blockbuster in the 80s, down there by across from Grady High School, Bill Campbell was a city councilman. And he would come in there, and even then, before anyone knew who he was, what a piece of crap. Yeah. He would argue and debate about late fees. He refused to pay them. He'd be in there. If the movie wasn't there that he wanted, he'd berate you like it was your fault that someone else had come in and rented it.
Yeah,
we all hated him.
Yeah.
Hated that guy.
I never had any personal... I think I may have interviewed him, but I really didn't have much fun. But I knew of it. I knew it, yeah. Yeah, he actually did go to jail, didn't he? Actually get caught.
He went to prison.
Yeah, prison, yeah. Big boy prison. It's 440. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Oh, you know what? I got newsy stuff here, but I saw this story here today, and I thought it was kind of bizarre, and I used it today. In New York City, the council has now come up with a plan. Again, the commie mayor of New York is behind all this stuff. They now want to have a plan where supermarkets and pharmacies will be forced to impose a 15-item limit for customers if you use the self-checkout. And they'll be fined if the store doesn't have at least one employee every 3 lines, every 3 self-checkouts. If they don't, they'll get fined. And they're trying to stop what they say is retail theft. Well, critics say, now, wait a minute. Instead of actually trying to punish criminals by stopping shoplifting, they're actually pushing to make life even harder for businesses and consumers. You're hurting both of them. Tougher laws in place to hold criminals accountable might work better. Self-checkout helps because we don't have to man as many registers, according to the guy who owns a whole chain of them. And he says at the same time, it's a benefit for the customer. Now, the reason I mention this is because the first time I had to use one, I complained about it. And I remember you, Pete, telling me, "Oh, you're going to love it. Stop your bitching. It's a new thing. It's the right thing to do." And da. And well, this morning, in fact, when I go to the store, I go to the Publix, and if I go to when there's not much going on. I go like at 9 or 9:15 in the morning. I try to sneak out from working at the home, quick thing to the store, and then come back and finish work at home before I come in here. And so I do it when there's not a lot of people in the store, but still they only have like one register open, and so everything else is self-checkout, even at the major Publix in Alpharetta where I go. Anyway, so I've been doing it even with 2 or 3 or 4 items. It's no big deal. And today I had like 4 items. In fact, I bought the carrots for tomorrow. Every Friday I go to the Publix for a 15-minute trip to buy at least carrots for my weekend trip to the stable. So I got my 4 or 5 bags of carrots, and I got some milk, and I got some meat for meatloaf or whatever. Anyway, okay, so the first one, the carrots, I put it down in the thing, nothing happens. I look at the guide thing, the lines where you're supposed to do it, and the thing, nothing happened. So I start swearing. And that's when a buddy of mine, this older guy who's been there forever, and we know each other, we've talked many times. He knows me, and we know each other well. So he said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Well, the damn thing is nice." He says, "All right, let me try." And sure enough, it took him a couple, and then it finally did go. But the fact of the matter is, I use it. I do use it, and it's not hard. You just go. You goes ding bang. Usually, ding bong, bing bong. Put it in the bag. Put your card in there. It spits out the thing, and you're gone. I mean, it's not hard. It's not a big deal. And the only thing is, you put it in the bag, and sometimes if you have something, that's wet or but still, it's nothing. There's nothing to it. But again, I can see where in New York they're trying to eliminate, making it that easy so they can keep more people getting their minimum wage now is going to go to $30 an hour. That's what they want in New York, $30 an hour minimum wage. And they want to have more people hired to monitor these things to keep people making $30 minimum wages in New York with the communist rule for the power of the people. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of bizarre that happened to me today as we were talking about it.
Well, at least those New Yorkers can sit back and go home and relax and watch their beloved New York Knicks win in the playoffs.
Yeah. In fact, I have a story here, Pete Davis, about the Hawks and the Knicks games. I don't want to spoil it because we have Holy Crap. Are you holding up okay? You still be here for Holy Crap Sports? Yeah. Okay. So we have that and a bunch of draft stuff for Holy Crap Sports coming up here with Pete Davis, the Hawks, and of course I think the Mets have actually won a couple now.
Yeah, 2. They tried to blow it last night. They gave up a grand slam to tie it, but they ended up winning.
I'll be damned. No, that's kind of cool. All right, so 444. Kipper, Pete, and Flounder, and Jeff on the board. And let's play cut number 1 here. Jeff, Pete Hegseth opened up with Raging Cajun General today, talking to the people about what's going on. And he said Iran is doing irresponsible things with those teeny little boats, and have guys with AK-47s on them causing havoc and problems, and he says, so we're going to blow them out of the water. Donald Trump says, if we catch anybody trying to lay a mine, we're going to blow you the crap out of the water. And Hegseth also went on to say that we really could use a little help trying to get rid of the mines in the Strait of Hormuz. Here, cut 1.
It's also worth saying, this should not be America's fight alone. We barely use the Strait of Hormuz as a country. Our energy doesn't flow through there, and we have plenty of energy. Just look at the new global Congo line headed to Texas. A beautiful picture. Europe and Asia have benefited from our protection for decades, but the time for free riding is over. America and the free world deserve allies who are capable, who are loyal, and who understand that being an ally is not a one-way street. It's a two-way street. We are not counting on Europe, but they need the Strait of Hormuz much more than we do, and might want to start doing less talking and having less fancy conferences in Europe and getting a boat.
Yeah, they have a conference, so they're going to figure out how they can help after their help is really no longer needed. I don't understand. I thought there were no mines in the Strait. I thought there weren't any, and now they're saying there must be a whole crapload of them, so that we now have mine sweepers and countermeasure things with underwater drones looking for them and stuff. I don't understand why we haven't. I don't understand 2 things. Why we haven't already taken care of that. I mean, I would have thought that'd be one of the main things if there are mines down there. And secondly, why don't we have armed, helicopter gunships and slow flying aircraft over every square inch of the Strait of Hormuz? And if there's some, boat coming up with an AK-47 trying to cause traffic, blow them out of the water. I mean, I don't. Either we have control of it or we don't. And I don't know why we don't have like 50 freaking warships and gunship, helicopter gunships all over the place. I obviously don't understand the planning of it, and I think I tend to think of it as a little strip of water. But of course, it's 25 miles or whatever it is, so it's not it's not a pond. I mean, there's a lot of water there, but still,
we're going to be fair here.
Yeah.
They seem, and Hexas seems very good at planning quick operations and getting an overwhelming and like Venezuela and stuff like that.
To the minute, to the second.
I don't know if they're as good planning for long-term stuff, because it doesn't seem to be working out like they said it would.
Well, why wouldn't they have had the minesweepers already there? If when they were originally going to do this, you would have thought they had minesweeper to take care of any mines in the Strait of Hormuz as the object, and so you'd have thought that they would have already had that standing. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not an insider on this stuff, and I'm no combat planner, but it seems to me. And again, they're in charge, but still, here we go. And the peace talks may be off. We don't even know. Our guys are on the way.
The mullahs, if we leave the mullahs in charge, this will never end.
Yeah, it's not going to stop.
We'll be back in 10 years.
Yeah, they need to be killed. All of them need to be killed. 447, here we go. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, and Jeff on the board, and it's a beautiful Friday. Let her rip. Anything goes. How you doing? Give us a buzz if you feel like it. Yeah,
The president has drawn a clear line. Law and order must come first, and surrendering to mob pressure just invites more chaos. As these complicated stories unfold, you need the most trusted local and national voices of Extra 106.3 to make sense of it all. And most importantly, how it affects your family and your community. Proud to be Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Looking for affordable family fun in Atlanta? April 24th through 26th, the Mitsubishi Electric Classic presented by Venture is the perfect day out. And kids 15 and under get in free with a ticketed adult. Watch golf legends compete at TBC Sugarloaf, enjoy great food, and experience fun for all ages. Make memories together while supporting local charities. Get your tickets today at MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. That's MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. April 24th through 26th at TBC Sugarloaf.
Quick question. Are your tires ready for spring rain? If your tread is worn, traction drops fast on wet roads, and stopping distance can increase when you need it most. Right now at Marietta Toyota, they can take care of you because it's the Toyota Tire Savings Event. Buy 3 tires and get the 4th for just $1. Get the right tires for your Toyota, installed by factory-trained technicians with road hazard coverage included on eligible tires. Toyota Tire Price Match is available, plus top brands and additional rebates that may be available. Voted Best of Cobb, Best New Car Dealership, Best Dealership Service Center for 2026. You can trust the work. Offer ends April 30th. We're right where we've always been, Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
Restrictions apply. Valid on participating brands. 4th tire of equal or lesser value. Offer ends April 30th, 2026. See dealer for details.
Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. The legacy of Joe Biden lives. His open border policy let millions of illegal criminals stream into our country. We continue to have customers visit the showroom and report that they have been victims of break-ins and lost their hard-earned and irreplaceable items. So don't be a victim. Drive by the Safe House showroom and see what real security looks like. Picture yourself placing your valuables in a Fort Knox safe. Now that's real protection for your priceless valuables. Drop by the showroom or go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
In a time when everything feels political, one place must rise above it all: the courtroom, where the law rules and integrity matters. In 2020, Georgians came together, electing a justice who believes in protecting our courts.
I'm Georgia Supreme Court Justice Sarah Warren, and here's what I believe. I believe in the rule of law, the separation of powers, and a judge's limited role to interpret the law as written. I believe in a nonpartisan judiciary, impartial judges who don't advocate for political positions or outcomes. I believe in deciding cases without bias or favor, treating everyone with dignity and respect. As a justice on your Supreme Court, I've upheld these values. With your support, we'll maintain the integrity of our courts.
Vote to re-elect Justice Sarah Warren. Vote early starting April 27th or on Election Day, May 19th. Paid for by Georgians for Justice Warren, Inc.
Living with everyday pain is like having a voice that always says, no, you can't do that. No, you better sit this one out. It's no way to live. So if pain is affecting you, see how Relief Factor can help get you back to life on your terms. One where you say yes a lot more. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor's unique formula of natural ingredients does not just mask pain, it helps reduce or eliminate it for good. Whether it's your back, neck, joints, or muscles, Relief Factor can help you, as it has for so many others. So call 1-800-4RELIEF and give Relief Factor's 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day to get your life back. Just go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. And see how you can say yes to more of everything you want.
I wonder what went wrong. Del Shannon. This does not sound like the original. Oh, I guarantee this is not the original. He changed the words. This is one of those things you buy at the gas station on the rack of songs. It's a K-Tel knockoff, yeah, with a pocket fisherman. I still like the song, but oh my God,
Kirshner.
This is not the real Del Shannon original. I can't believe they did that to you. And I wonder, oh my God, this is close, very close, Del. 1961. I wonder when he recorded this version. What the artists used to do is because their original company wouldn't give them permission, so they would record it for somebody else and put it on somebody else's label and sell it at gas stations. So, we see them all the time. Anyway, we're playing this. Del Shannon, 1961, began 4 weeks at number 1 with Runaway, number 1 in Britain, too. Del Shannon was the first person to have a hit with a Beatles song in America with Del Shannon's version of From Me to You. Well, I didn't know about that, but this is not the original. This is, but it's still Del Shannon, Runaway. And he also did, he did another song I like, too. Oh, God, I can't. One of my favorite songs. I hate this. I hate it. Anyway, phone calls take priority. I'll get my business here. Wild Bill. Hey, Wild Bill, you're on the radio, man. What do you think? What's up?
Hey, Kimmer, I was just wondering, I wonder if Pete will ever forgive me for asking why it took him so long to recover from his sex change operation.
Well, now, we're not supposed to spill that stuff publicly, Bill. I mean, kind of a family thing here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he'd make a very good girl. I'm sorry. All right, Wild Bill. I got to go. You're killing me. All right, Wild Bill America right there. Adam, I think, is on the horn here. Hello, Adam. You're on the radio. Happy Friday, man. What's up?
Hey, happy Friday, Super Friday. Yeah, on the Minesweepers.
Yeah.
So I saw a few weeks ago that at one time we did have a fleet, but we don't have them anymore. And actually, the Brits have a lot of Minesweepers, but you know how reliable they are.
Yeah, the British
are more like unreliable.
Well, the thing, I just don't understand. I mean, it's 25 miles, so it's not, it's not a small, pond. But still, you'd think they would have flooded the place and make sure there's not a freaking mine anywhere, which would change everything. You don't have to worry about, then you just go, you have helicopters flying over to get any kind of attack boat, you blow them out of the freaking water. Seems pretty simple to me, but, obviously there must be a reason why they can't do that. That would seem to be pretty clear. I don't know.
Well, NATO's basically a grift anyway. They've been mooching off of us for 70 years.
I know. What a shame, too. I mean, what a joke. And again, the European Union and, all of them in the NATO countries, it's just they're thumbing their nose at their own. It's for their own benefit. Why do we have to keep bailing out everybody? It's just...
exactly.
Anyway. All right, Adam. Semper Fi, man. I appreciate it.
We also have Swatoon on the horn.
Swatoon! Semper Fi, my friend. How's it going? Happy Friday. What's up?
Happy Friday. That the streamer, the Hassan Piker, he was in the trouble like a month ago or 2 months ago because he was caught on the live feed shocking his dog with a shock collar.
He shot his dog?
shock, not shot. Shock, like shock, electricity.
Shock. Electric
shock. Ooh, ow. Was the dog being bad or what? I didn't see it. I didn't hear about that.
No, he would make his dog sit in the background for all the stream, no matter how long stream is, 7 hours, 8 hours. And if the dog would move, we would just shock him.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this guy needs to be horsewhipped.
Somebody, put the shocker on him. Oh, my God.
Oh, I'm agreeing with you. Hey, for this, Iran situation, Trump just needs to say, like, you know what? We're going to be back in January when you guys get your government get together. As of now, we're going to destroy every single port that you have. And if you guys don't get agreed with what I'm proposing, we're going to kill you all, and then we're going to wait 6 more months for next government and so on.
I like it. Swatoon. It's a simple, easy answer. It's usually the best. Have a great weekend, man. Thanks, Swatoon. Let's real quick play the Flounder. I think we got quick time.
Play the second one. Play the other one, and we'll play the longer one after.
ESPN's always carrying on about how athletes need to have good mental health, and I want everyone to have great mental health, but not athletes. Guys, we need our athletes to be total psychos. You understand that? You know what I call an athlete with good mental health? An assistant coach is what I call him. What documentary did we all watch about basketball during COVID? Last Dance, correct. Did Michael Jordan seem mentally healthy to you in the slightest? Giant mansion, one chair. Here's what we learned during the Last Dance. We learned that Michael Jordan's hobby was basketball, but his passion was revenge. It's what fueled him. It's what fuels all the greats, like settling scores and holding grudges. I was at a restaurant recently, and some little kid was crying, and his dad was like, son, just to remember, the most important thing in life is to never take anything personally. And I slid in and was like, unless you want to be the greatest basketball player who ever lived. So if you want to make $150 million every year in passive income off a picture of you jumping from 1985, and even just based on the silhouette of you jumping, we can tell what an absolute sociopath you are. And we want that in our shirt and our shoes, and Mexican dudes want it in the back of their pickup trucks for some reason. No one knows why. Right side of the glass, white Jordan logo. Let the anthropologists figure it out, guys. No one knows.
Neil Brennan right there.
That's a funny bit. Michael Jordan, oh my goodness. Anyway, by the way, have you seen the pictures of Elizabeth Smart? The former kidnapped child from many years ago when she was 14. Holy moly. We'll talk about that. Holy crap of sports coming up with Pete Davis doing better and back here and see him full swing. And it's almost 5 o'clock. Also, we'll talk about an idea to allow police to back off on a high-speed chase and still catch the guy, usually by surprise when he thinks he's gotten away with it. New technology coming up here. We got so much more, and holy crap of sports, and a lot on the draft, and the Hawks and the Braves are in town, and we got it all on 106.3. It's Friday. Let it rip, anything goes. How you doing?
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
Another chance for peace. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. Iran's top diplomat, Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, traveled to Pakistan today for what could be a second round of peace talks, even though Iran state media say talks are not on the table. Still, the U.S. is sending a delegation.
Special Envoy Witkoff and Jared Kushner will be off to Pakistan again tomorrow morning to engage in talks.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt on Fox News. Now, the U.S. is keeping up pressure with a third aircraft carrier.
It's the first time since the Iraq War in 2003 the Navy has had so many. Back then there were 5. First airstrikes against ISIS were launched from Bush back in 2014. War Secretary Pete Hegseth says the additional firepower will help enforce the blockade, which has turned away 34 ships, mostly oil tankers, according to Central Command, and also help President Trump carry out his orders to destroy any Iranian boats laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. Investigators find the body of one of two missing University of South Florida students and arrest a roommate. The discovery comes after an all-out search for the students who disappeared a week ago.
When I tell you I had hundreds of detectives and deputies and assets looking for Nahida and Zamil, that is the truth.
Deputy Chief Joseph Maurer with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office says they found the body of Zamil Limon today on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Hisham Abu Garbia is jailed on multiple charges as the search continues for Limon's girlfriend, Nahida Bristi. Wildfires burning out of control in South Florida and South Georgia and North Florida claimed the life of a volunteer firefighter in Florida who suffered a medical emergency. And Governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, toured the devastation and told reporters,
"We believe that these two fires have created the most lost homes ever in the history of our state."
America's listening to Fox News.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-884-1012 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-884-1012. That's 800-884-1012. What do you have to lose? Call 800-884-1012. Again, 800-884-1012.
She used to work for Fox. She used to be a trash hound. Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder. Right of like. Ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kipper with Pete Davis. He's back. We have Holy Crap at Sports coming up. We'll talk Hawks. We'll talk Braves. We'll talk the draft. A lot of stuff on the draft, and it's all coming up with Kipper, Pete, Flounder, and Jeff on the board. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And let's see. Gee, we got so I don't even know where to start here. Donald Trump is going to be at the dinner for the White House Correspondents Association tomorrow night. And the word is that he's going to read them the riot act, that he's going to talk about the people who've stabbed him in the back, especially lately over the Iran war business. And then it says here that he has no intention of sticking around to hear them react to it, and he's going to take off. He's going to unload on them and then leave. He'll miss a presentation of press awards, which will be tried to embarrass him. Again, there are more than 200 so-called reporters signed a document, giving it to the White House Correspondents Association, telling the association to make Donald Trump's life miserable. The President of the United States at the White House Association dinner, which, by the way, was founded by a president who wanted people to get together so they could, trust each other and respect each other. And this is the way now they've turned it on a totally different thing, like a freaking roast, and especially mocking Donald Trump. So apparently, he told us he has no intention of staying in the International Ballroom when the Wall Street Journal is given an honor, the Katharine Graham Award, for printing this story about Donald Trump's supposed bawdy letter to Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday party. And, of course, Donald Trump sued the Rupert Murdoch-owned Journal for $10 billion. Was dismissed by a judge, but again, so that could be ugly. So anyway, Donald Trump's probably going to unload on him and then disappear, which, as far as I'm concerned, is fine.
Did they ever give back the Pulitzer Prizes for claiming the Russian hoax was real?
Fat chance. And there were so many of those awards given out for exactly that. on their
for wrong stories.
Yeah, magnificent reporting of stories that were fake and not true. The real story was the actual truth of what was behind it.
That nothing happened.
Yeah.
That it was all fake from Hillary Clinton and the British and all that.
So,
but they haven't given their prizes back.
No.
But, how can you respect any organization that got a prize for printing something that was not true and doesn't hand the prize back and say, okay, that didn't count?
And you know, Pete, it's the exact same thing also with all the reporters and the podcasters and the cable people who covered for Joe Biden and the administration for 4 straight years, every single minute of every single day, and then all of a sudden they start writing books or coming out with tell-all tales about what really, I mean, all of them
Morning
are,
Joe.
all of them.
Yeah.
Traitors to their country. They deliberately, again, there's, to me, the worst thing that's ever happened to this country. This is the worst scandal we ever had. What happened to this country during the Biden administration, between politicizing the Department of Justice and the FBI, going to the media saying, oh, that, going to hear some stuff that's not true, so don't, take any responsibility. The Russian collusion business, the FISA court, lying and altering documents to try to get Donald Trump. And it's just, we've never had this before. The destruction of the First Amendment and what the media free press used to mean is gone. I mean, it's the worst scandal we've ever had in American history. You can't name another one. Nixon was nothing compared to Teapot Dome, nothing compared to this, what they did.
Let's talk about something that affects us here.
All right.
For years, I've been saying that every car, especially every police car, should have a paint gun attached to it.
I like it.
If someone cuts you off or someone breaks the law or they're driving drunk on the wrong side of the road, you can hit them with the paintball.
Light them up.
And then call the cops and say, that's who you should be looking for, right?
Yeah.
Well, you've got a story there. The cops seem to be doing something.
This is a great idea. Suffolk County in New York State. The sheriff's deputies are now using high-tech guns mounted on the police car bumpers.
Yes.
The guns fire darts, which have GPS tracking devices in the darts. And so they shoot the darts from the police car bumpers onto the suspects' fleeing vehicles, and then the cops just back off. So the guy says, oh, I got away with this one, boy, and he goes to his girlfriend's house or whatever. In the meantime, the police just track the GPS device on the back of his car and go get him, which is hysterical. Can you imagine the guys having a beer, he's in the bedroom with his wife, got away with that one, and
Spider-Man has been using that for years.
That's right.
He'd shoot a little bug on him with his web.
Yep. Once a driver makes it clear he's not going to pull over, they tag this thing with a dart gun to the back of the vehicle and call it a day, and then go get them when they find out where they are. I don't know why everybody doesn't. I don't know why we don't have technology. In fact, I thought there was a device which could, within a certain range of distance, could disable your electronics in your car.
Well, that's the Biden administration passed it, and Trump hasn't stopped it. Where they can, at some point, they're going to be able to stop every car.
Yeah. Well,
to me is totally unconstitutional.
Well, I'm not in favor of that. I'm not in favor of someone being able to stop you from what you're doing. But it seems to me in a like this dart thing with the GPS. If the dart thing with the GPS had a way of disabling the electronic system, so the car's ignition just died. I mean, I don't.
Is that power you want to give to them?
Well, well, hell, they can shoot you. They have the power to kill you. So
because right now they can stop you if you're trying to commit a crime, something like that. But in the future, it might be, well, you don't really need to go more than 15 miles from where you live. You're using too much gas.
Putting a governor on it, yeah. I'm not sure. I had not thought. I am thinking of it now, but I had not until now thought about that as being a slippery slope if it's done by police agencies. I would not want an automobile company. I don't want car makers to have the ability for them or your insurance company or somebody else to mess with your car, to stop your car.
The Bidens passed that.
Yeah, they did.
And basically, it's still out there.
Yeah, and they keep track of your information stuff.
I don't know if it's if they can do it to our cars that are a few years old, but maybe the new ones, yeah.
I don't know. And I don't know whether they've outlawed the ability of the insurance companies to track how fast you're going and how quickly you stop so they can change how much they charge you for your insurance premiums.
Well, that's that little thing that you put under your dashboard, which I will never do.
Yeah.
They don't need to know all that damn information.
No, I'm not.
And if your insurance company is demanding you do that, find another insurance company.
Yeah. That's Big Brother stuff. That's not. No,
and they do it because we're here to help you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure. It never really goes down now, does it?
Did you hear about the case of the rental car guy who brought his car back, and then they went home, and then 2 or 3 weeks later, they got a letter that said, you owe us $2,800 because you put diesel fuel in the car tank at our rental car, and now we can't start it. And the guy said, whoa, I don't put diesel fuel in that car. And so, yes, you did. So they sued him, and they fined him, and they had to go to court and hire a lawyer, and they went on for months and months and months. And it turns out the guy had kept his receipt, and they went back to the gas station, and it showed the gas station, the diesel pump would not have fit in that rental car. So clearly the rental car company, I think it was Enterprise, and they tried to sue, charge them thousands of dollars to rebuild the gas tank and anyway, whatever. Again, and they do. In fact, some of them are using AI. They have a little machine. When you bring back a rental car, some of the companies have an AI machine that goes around the car to see whether there's damage that was not there when you rented the car. And then they send you a bill based on the AI robot. And there, paint scratches, and there's a little dent you didn't notice before, stuff like that. And there's already been lawsuits about that. It's just one thing. There's always something. There's always something. Idiots! What a stupid thing to say. Oh, there's always something.
A great way to close out the segment. I think. Wrap it in a bow.
Well, Coming up, we'll offer we have Hortographic Sports next. And again, best wishes to Caroline Levitt. This is her last day working for a while. She's going to have her next baby next week. She's been working all this time pregnant, and she's going to have a baby girl next week. And then I'll leave for a little while. Anyway, Hortographic Sports next, 5:13. Here we go. Happy Friday. What's up? There, look out.
If you listen to Extra, share it with a friend. It's how we grow and how we can reach everyone in the Atlanta community that believes in the American way of life. If you value the station, help us grow by telling someone about the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey, Dad, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How do you know when you're in love?
Well, can't stop thinking about him. Your heart races sometimes, and you just want to be with him every moment of the day.
Dad, I think I'm in love then.
Got a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. I remember my first Subaru, too.
There are so many reasons to love a new Subaru. From Subaru of Gwinnett, like standard symmetrical all-wheel drive on most models, top-rated gas mileage, and technology and safety that will give you the warm and fuzzies. Like the Subaru Crosstrek, with 182 horsepower and up to 120 cubic feet of interior space. Or the Subaru Outback, built to take you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. Add in their amazing staff and incredible service department, and you'll understand why love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. But the only way to know it's the one is to come in for a test drive. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey, it's Flounder. My wife and I have owned our home for just over a year, and for the past year, we've trusted Dobbs Heating and Air, a local small business that does it right. Right now, Dobbs is offering buy two, get one free on their club membership. 3 HVAC visits for the price of 2. That includes a 21-point inspection, priority scheduling, and savings on repairs and new equipment. Plans start at just $199 with membership starting at $17 a month. Service calls are only $85. Prevent breakdowns and keep your system running strong. Visit DobbsHVAC.com.
Hi, it's Glenn, and I want to ask you a question. How many insurance brokers does it take to protect your business? If you're like me or most business owners, the answer is way too many of them. Multiple policies, multiple applications, and no clear view of how all of it fits together. So when questions come up, it's not easy to get the clarity you need. Super Sure is going to change all that. One broker for all of your business insurance, backed by a team that works with you year-round, not just at renewal. If you've ever stared at a policy wondering what it actually covers, Super Sure has a fine print facts tool that translates all that legal crap into plain English so you know what's covered and what's not. Right now, you can go to supersure.com and get a full report on your current policies. No obligation. Find out if you're overinsured or underinsured or somewhere in between. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform. All of your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com. That's supersure.com.
Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
If you look for it, you can see the failure of our government education system vividly displayed, just the way so many leftist politicians want it.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
All right, it was the Trojan War started on this day in 1164. And remember the wooden horse and the Greeks and stuff, leading to the famous phrase, the Greeks are coming, the Greeks are coming. Quick, get the Trojans. And now, sponsored by Glickman's Farms, Holy Crap at Sports, and Pete Davis. See what I did there?
That's a good one. Okay.
No.
Well, you closed out the last segment with a winner and opened this one as well.
Yes, thank you.
You're on a roll. All right. I'm telling you last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No labels here, but the lady friend had never watched a draft, an NFL draft.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
So I said, you're going to get, well, this is just going to be such a pleasure. You sit down here. This is going to be 3 hours of prime entertainment.
Oh, boy,
right
you can't.
now.
Well, it's number one, yeah.
It was the most boring draft
I know.
I ever remember. Nothing really exciting happened, to tell you the truth. Jay Glazer and his, there's going to be a big trade or something going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact,
where was it?
In fact, even the video, it just seemed there wasn't. I don't know. It's kind of dragged or something, or it didn't. I didn't move, and I don't know. It was kind of.
Well, it was faster. I like the fact that they sped it up.
Well,
I got no
2
problem
minutes
speeding
taken
it
up.
up.
Yeah, 10 to 8 minutes now between things.
There was one channel that I got stuck on. I didn't watch ESPN. I watched Channel 2's version of it.
Yeah, ABC.
And they had somebody, Molly McGrath, interviewing like the uncles and the brothers and the sisters. Like, no one cares.
I saw that. Yeah, I know.
They're all leeches.
Yeah.
In fact, I was picking. I said, that guy's going to take all his money, and that person over there is going to take all his money. I mean, basically, you could see who the leeches were.
I remember seeing one particular girlfriend where one guy's the thing, boy, she was back there going, oh, he's number 7.
I got drafted too.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Yeah. No, but anyway, without the Falcons doing something incredibly stupid,
another tight end,
like drafting a quarterback when you've already just signed one for $200 million, it doesn't give anyone to talk about for 3 hours.
I know.
So we have the Falcons tonight. They get to pick tonight. In fact, there's 8 teams that have yet to even pick so far. Falcons being one of them. Also, they basically they kept them talking because they moved up in the draft last year to get the guy who likes to chase women down in Miami and threaten them and whatever, allegedly.
And get away with it.
But he's going to get off from that, so we'll see how long he's out, Mr. Pierce.
Wow.
But unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be working out. Now, the Falcons need wide receiver, offensive and defensive linemen, and defensive backs. That's their big needs. And everyone's looking at that Georgia receiver, Zachariah Branch, wondering if he'll still be there. And he's a little small, but
if he's
that
fast,
would really excite the fan base.
Yeah.
Put him with Drake London out there?
Yeah. I'll tell you, that Drake London impresses the hell out of me every time he's out there. I really like that guy.
And there was a lot of speculation that they would move on from Kyle Pitts. They trade up. It didn't seem to happen. I don't know. Maybe they'll do something tonight. But you think if you're going to trade a Kyle Pitts, you might get a first rounder.
You would think, yeah.
But then again, obviously not on this. Now, the poor loser yesterday, Tyler Algier, who was so good with the Falcons, and then he was replaced, of course, by Bijan Robinson. He has kind of the backup. Decides to sign with the Arizona Cardinals, right? Finally, I'm the lead dog.
Yeah.
And what did they do? They go out and draft Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame.
The number 1 Notre Dame guy, yeah.
So poor Tyler is now, once again, number 2, which is such a shame because he's so fun to watch. Yeah. Now, the only controversy I saw, and it took a while to develop, was the Rams getting Ty Simpson, who I'm not convinced because he only played like 12 games, so it's not like we know much about this guy. I would not draft him in the first round because you didn't know. You got Matthew Stafford, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, maybe the greatest arm of all time. All right, you got at least one more year of him maybe going for a Super Bowl. You almost got there this year, almost. You know, playing the Seahawks and all that. You need a weapon, and that's what it looked like. Head coach Sean McVay wanted was a weapon, and instead he gets a backup quarterback that's going to compete with Stetson Bennett to back up Matthew Stafford, which doesn't help them at all going for a Super Bowl next year. And he did not look happy at all.
The story about that was how he is very upset and looked upset the whole time he was there. It was there's got to be. I bet there's a lot of stuff going on now in that unit and in that building today about that pick.
Yeah, and they had a good deal going with him and Les Snead, but not anymore. Round 2 starts at 7 p.m., not 8 like last night. It's a 7 p.m. start tonight. And, of course, they Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini, or worse. Diane, whatever her name is, that whole thing, I don't know if you've seen it. There's an AI meme that shows her and him on the Maury Povich show and him telling her and Mike that he's the daddy of her firstborn son.
An AI oh God.
And it looks real. It looks totally real. By the way, she named her first child Michael.
Michael, apparently after Mike Vrabel, we're thinking, oh man, her poor wife and the kids. He's got 3 kids, I think, or 2 boys, I think he has.
Yeah, and all this talk about my family needs me. They don't need me for the first 2 rounds of the draft, but they need me for the third round.
They
of the
needed
draft,
you before you decided to have an affair with a girl for 6 years who were giving her inside information or something, too.
Allegedly. And now he's pretty much come out and admitted it.
Yeah.
And she got rid of her Twitter account and is,
gone
denied
silent,
it. So at what point if this is true, that she comes out and goes, okay, I'm sorry, I was trying to protect, do the Bill Clinton. I was trying to protect my family, and that stuff. That's why I lied.
Yeah.
So, and of course, the big question is, and people brought it up, Julio Jones being traded a few years ago, and she came out with a report about how he was worth this or worth that, and then the Titans got him after that for a little cheaper.
When Vrabel was with the Titans, and that's the key. In other words, that she's linked with him for actual official NFL deals.
Good.
Yeah, that's
the NFL.
That's fishy. It's very, and the NFL is going to have to investigate that. How could they not look into that?
Well, because the NFL, and as you saw last night with 300,000 people in Pittsburgh, they don't care.
Yeah.
Nothing will kill this.
Yeah.
It seems nothing will kill the only thing that will, and I've said this before, and maybe this is why they're doing so much flag football stuff. The violence is going to get worse. They're bigger, faster, stronger. Yeah. The injuries will get worse. The concussions get worse, and at some point, they may step in. Remember back in 1800s, early 1900s, Congress was about to outlaw football, and Teddy Roosevelt stepped in.
Yeah.
So
too violent. Yeah.
Yeah. Hawks have gone up 2-1 over the New York Knickerbockers. In fact, Ian Eagle has the noise. Let's hear it.
There you go.
Daniels has been the best defender on Brunson. The Hawks stole one in Game 2. It's down to the wire here in Game 3. 7 seconds left. Brunson with the ball. Brunson makes his move. Brunson on the baseline. Hawks got to track it down. Kaminga, and it's over. The Hawks hold on. Atlanta takes a 2-1 lead in the series.
There's a guy on the internet. He's a young African-American male, and he's got his Knicks jersey on. He's in his room somewhere, and he's got his little dolls up and all the Knicks stuff around him. Guy looks like he's 20-something years old, and he's doing a breakdown of the final minute or two, and he literally breaks down and cries and sobs like a child at the end of a Game 3.
Yeah.
It's kind of pathetic, but then there'd be nothing better. Now, the Hawks ain't out of the way. They got another game, I think it's tomorrow night here in Atlanta. If they go up 3-1, and by the way, you don't care about Stephen A. Smith, I'm telling you, he nutted up both on Get Up and his own show. It was so worth it. He just went ballistic. I don't want to talk about football. I don't care about football. I don't care about New York Knicks. I mean, it was hysterical. And he just trashed the Hawks. It's like, we didn't lose to the Thunder. We didn't lose to the Celtics. We're losing to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, well,
it's
welcome.
Like, yeah, you are.
For good reason.
Yeah.
We beat you.
Yeah. All right, Braves host the Phillies tonight. I think it's a 3-game series over the weekend. The Phillies a 9-game losing streak.
Wow. Yikes.
Yeah. Painter versus Grant Holmes, who's 1-1. You're going to watch the game, right, Kimmer?
Yeah, I think it's going to be on. I have to get the app over at Best Buy, so I think.
No, you're not watching it. It's Apple TV.
Well, it's
frustrating. You can't watch your local damn team.
Well, Pete, you mentioned earlier that the thing is that's going to destroy pro football is that the violence with the thing with the show. I think the thing that's going to destroy it is having people like me not be able to watch sports on TV. Without having to go through, bing bang. I guess everybody, if you get to a certain age, you just don't count, and that's true. And I think, it's too bad.
I just don't think they care, especially the NFL. Don't think they care.
They don't.
Which actually, the Apple TV does a very good job. But of course, you can always listen to the game on the radio at 680 The Fan.
In fact, I think it's better for 680 The Fan because it makes people say and just tune to them and enjoy the crap out of the ball game, just like the old days when I used to, as a kid, with my transistor radio. That's right.
And all the guys, yes,
that's right.
Perfect. Happy birthday, Chipper Jones.
Oh, that's right, Chipper.
Yesterday was Andrew. Today, Chipper.
Yeah.
And Michael Harris II will not start tonight. He's got that left quad thing. Eli White's going to start in center field. Michael Harris just killed. Ever since he had that baby, or his wife did, he kind of helped a little. Basically, he's been tearing it up. They said the other day, every pitch in the strike zone that he swung at, he hit.
Yeah.
That's well he's doing. Now, I got a story here.
Yeah.
That I'm glad the voice is still hanging out. That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, UEFA. You ever heard of UEFA? UEFA?
I don't think I have, or I forgot if I did.
They're the international soccer lords. They control soccer.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
They've handed Benfica, it's a team, Benfica's Gianluca Prestiani.
Yeah.
A 6-match ban for an it's a racist comment. That he allegedly made during a match back in February. He went against Real Madrid's Vinicius Jr., who I believe is black. All right? Vinicius accused Prestiani of racially abusing him during the game. They paused the game for 10 minutes while they figured it out. Prestiani could be seen talking to Vinicius, but at the time he covered his mouth with his jersey.
So he couldn't read the lips.
He couldn't read the lips.
Yeah.
So when the Brazilian player heard what was being said to him, did he A, punch Prestiani in the mouth like a man would, B, start to cry, or C, immediately run to the referee and tell on him like a little girl? If you chose C, you win. The ref made the arms cross gesture, indicating that an accusation of racist abuse had been made.
That's an official signal? I didn't know that was an official. Oh, I didn't know.
Yes. Sources tell ESPN that the 20-year-old Argentinian Prestiani gave evidence stating that he did not use a racist slur.
Yeah, evidence. All right.
Prestiani claims he didn't use the word mono, M-O-N-O, which is Spanish slang for monkey.
Oh, okay. All right.
Instead, Prestiani proudly said, I used another Spanish word beginning with the letter M, a word that's an anti-gay slur, not a racist one. So you can't call me a racist. I may be a homophobe.
More of a
damn you.
You're more of a bigot.
Yeah, you're not going to call me a racist.
You're just a bigot.
So I hope this clears it up for everybody and they can continue to play soccer.
Well, freaking soccer. We used to just make fun of kids who played soccer because they didn't want to go out for football.
I grew up with Glenn Zitrar, elementary school and then high school, and he hated football and baseball, but he loved soccer. We used to give him trouble all the time, but in the end, he turned out to be right. People like soccer.
Oh, yeah. Quickly, any surprises for you for the draft last night? Anything that any unusual picks?
It's just kind of boring. I tell you what, the Jets. You can say what you want. The Jets had just cleaned up. Yeah. They got three really good players.
Didn't you have a couple picks in early going, or was that the Giants? Somebody had two in the first round.
The Giants had two as well. And David Bailey, who got Bailey? That would be the Jets from Texas. That David Bailey is incredible. You didn't see him playing for Texas Tech. I saw him play in one and a half games this year, and it was like, who the heck is that?
Yeah. I saw some highlights of some pretty good football players who might well make an impact.
Not big names this time. There wasn't a lot of big names, but they're really good players.
Yeah. Pete Davis. By the way, sports birthday, another one here for you, sir. Lydia Ko, famous lady golfer, 29 years old today. And on this day in history, Let's see. 1974, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were born as an NFL franchise in 1974. And Darryl Strawberry, in 1995, sentenced to 6 months home confinement because he owed $350,000 in taxes. And he got home confinement for 6 months to live in his mansion. Anyway, not too shabby.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah, poor baby. Pete Davis is back, 5:30. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, Jeff on the board, and it's Friday and let it rip. Anything goes. So welcome aboard here. I have right up till 6 o'clock. I got it. Here we go.
You can stream Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station while you work at extra1063.com. Get the latest from the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Neil Boortz, and stay connected at the office. That's extra1063.com.
Well, it's always planting season, and Stovall and Company, your wholesale landscaping supply companies, got you builders and contractors ready to go. Paul and the boys, Trip and Devin, I can't say enough about their seeds and plants and lawn and shrubs and flowers. I mean, it's just gorgeous selection and a whole bunch of it. And again, if you need something really special for a special project and they don't have it, they'll actually tell you where else to get it. But don't forget, if you're putting in an outdoor kitchen or a fireplace by the pool or something, they can take care of the stuff that goes into that as well. It's a great company. You'll really love them. StovallInc.com.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
It's everyone's favorite time of the year, May in the A. The Braves have 3 exciting matchups during the month, including the Cubs, Red Sox, and Nationals. Don't miss a moment at Truist Park, including some unbeatable deals during select games, like $15 tickets, $10 parking, $3 Miller High Lifes, $2 ice cream sandwiches, and daily deals at the Atlanta Braves Clubhouse store. And along with the great deals comes great fun. Fans can look forward to 5 must-have gate giveaways like the Hawaiian shirt, straw cowboy hat presented by Visit Sarasota, and more. Plus, don't forget to arrive early on select games to participate in pregame parades and player high fives, block parties in the Battery Atlanta, kids club activities in Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Park, and so much more. Visit Braves.com/May in the A to check out the details and purchase your tickets. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
It's official. President Trump has endorsed Burt Jones for governor.
Burt Jones has been an incredible leader. This man has my complete and total endorsement, and I really want to see him win.
Burt Jones is a trusted Trump conservative who's leading the fight to end Georgia's state income tax.
He's going to make a great, great governor. You will be very happy, Georgia. Burt Jones has my complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Burt Jones for Georgia.
Right now, new car prices are out of control. Yes, it's more affordable to buy a used vehicle, but can you really trust what you're getting? That's why I use VIX Auto Care. VIX can perform a pre-purchase inspection of the vehicle I'm thinking about. They'll check it out from top to bottom, so I know if there are any potential problems. VIX helps me make the right decision. So before you buy, give VIX a try. VIX Auto Care on Roswell Street in Marietta. Visit them at VIXAutoCare.com. That's VIKS autocare.com.
Everybody is focused on how conflict in the Middle East is raising oil prices, but there is another grim reality to this contention. Oil is not the only resource being constrained. About a third of the global fertilizer trade happens through this region. With spring planting season right on top of us, American farmers are sounding the alarm, with some saying they can't afford to plant their fields. This is a problem. When one piece of the supply chain gets hit this hard, you know what comes next. Higher food prices, reduced availability, maybe even panic buying. We saw this not too long ago. It wasn't pretty. Let's not do it again. Having emergency food at home makes so much sense. PrepareWithGlenn.com. That'll take you right to My Patriot Supply. They're having an emergency food supply sale right now. You'll get a 3-month emergency food supply. They'll include free mega protein upgrade, an incredible $200 bonus that you don't want to miss. Just a simple way to protect your family from whatever might come next. PrepareWithGlenn.com. Get your emergency food supply today. PrepareWithGlenn.com.
The legend Neil Boortz is only on Extra 106.3, Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station.
Hakeem Jeffries, minority leader in the House of Representatives, is actually predicting failure for the United States in its action against Iran. This is the sad state of the Democrat Party right now in this country.
Atlanta Talk radio legends are only on Extra 106.3.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, bum, bum. It's a happy little song for a sad topic a little bit. Buddy Holly, 1959. Buddy Holly, number one in Britain with a Paul Anka song, It Doesn't Matter Anymore. It was a number one hit 6 weeks after Buddy Holly died. And by the way, Paul Anka wrote a lot of songs. Paul Anka was a very creative songwriter from the time he was a kid. I mean, he wrote the one, Diana, about his freaking babysitter. I think he wrote it when he was 14 or something. Anyway, Buddy Holly, 1959. Phone calls take priority. Rama's on the radio. Thanks for holding. I really appreciate it. What's going on?
Hey, I noticed this story on CBN or Christian broadcast.
Uh-huh.
It really disturbed me. And the story is about a gay couple who got a baby through surrogate.
Yeah.
And the baby is sitting there, and these guys, the infant is saying, "Mama, Mama," that he wants his mother.
Yeah.
And these guys, there's no mama, either Papa or Dada. And every time the kid would cry for a mom, they would pinch him in the sternum on his chest.
Whoa!
It's sort of like conditioning an animal to say it one way or the other. It's so disturbing.
Oh my!
I just can't believe. Yeah, you got to check out that story. It needs to be brought out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's abuse.
You know, in fact, there was another story which I looked at and I decided not to talk about it. Was a guy who transitioned, and he and his new lover have got an 8 or 10-year-old child that they're going to take to Cuba to get a sex change operation.
Oh my!
I mean,
God,
I mean, my Lord, I didn't even want to read it, let alone to even think about it. What the hell's going on here? Oh, Rob. Well, thanks, Rob.
This story had like 90,000 reviews.
Wow.
Something got to be done. This is not right.
Yeah.
Please bring it up again.
Thank you. I'm glad you called. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And we got a quick birthday here thing for you. It's Shirley MacLaine's birthday. Shirley MacLaine is 92. She won an Oscar for Terms of Endearment. Boy, what a movie that was. Jack Nicholson played an ex-astronaut with a pot belly. Missed it by a clean getaway.
No. I was this close to a clean getaway.
When she said, "I love you," and he's behind the screen door, and she said, "I said I love you." He said, this close. A drunken, womanizer. Oh, God. And it was her daughter who died, the girl from the riding cowboy movie, right?
Deborah
Winger, yeah. And and her husband was a guy, the very famous actor, also the blonde guy.
Jeff.
Oh, God.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. Jeff.
I can't remember.
Oh, God. Oh, I hate this. Anyway, that was quite a movie. Yeah, terrible. Anyway, and also, let's see, where was I? Well, now I can't find my... Wait a minute. I hate this. Here it is, Shirley MacLaine. Oscar-winning Terms of Endearment. She was also the cranky first lady in the Nicolas Cage movie Guarding Tess. She was in The Apartment, very famous movie with, I think, Jack Lemmon, if I'm not mistaken. And they were using her... Was that Kim Novak?
Fred McMurray.
Fred McMurray. That's right, yeah. And also Irma la Douce. where she dressed up in those little green leotards or something.
I just read in the movie Two Mules for Sisters.
Yeah, she was in that, Sister Sarah. Yeah, Two Mules for Sister Sarah. Yeah,
with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah,
that she at the time she was a bigger star than Eastwood.
I'll bet that's true. I'll bet that's true. Yeah. Clint Eastwood actually became famous as Rowdy Yates on the TV series Wagon Train or whatever it was.
No, not Wagon Train, Rawhide.
Oh, Rawhide. Yeah.
There's a scene from that Sisters movie, and I don't know if it's him or her, where they get an arrow through them. And basically, what they did is he put gunpowder on something on the arrows, and they light it and push it through the wound to cauterize the entire wound through your body. That was a hell of a scene.
I don't remember that one. Yay. Anyway, Shirley MacLaine also believes in reincarnation.
Well, she had an affair. Remember the British Labour guy that was going to be prime minister?
Yeah.
She had an affair with him.
Yeah, she was quite a character. And speaking of girl characters, this was the day in 1982 the Oscar-winning traitor, anti-war activist, and royalty of Hollywood, Jane Fonda, adds a new title, Exercise Guru. She did a best-selling aerobic workout tape for the home video market, and it was huge. Daughter of Henry Fonda, of course. She was a model and a hooker before she went to Actors Studio. Then she brought a Tony-nominated performance in Broadway. There Was a Little Girl, where she played a tramp. Then she was in the Anthony Perkins movie as a basketball player. She was the cheerleader played a cheerleader tramp in Tall Story. She was a whore in Barbarella, a bimbo in They Shoot Horses, Don't They, and a tramp in Clute. And later did Coming Home. Won the Best Actress Oscar for that. And then did the workout book. And what happened, well, you know, I'm doing it because it really did make a thing. She led to exercise studios and books and videos. The trend concept of working out for women in general in the 70s was where this started. You know, remember Jim Fixx, the runner guy too. But it was Jane Fonda's workout book for home VCRs that led to Richard Simmons getting involved in all this stuff, and a woman named Judy Missette who started Jazzercise. All of a sudden, everybody's doing freaking leg lifts and wearing, and also a fashion craze, neon spandex, leg warmers, leotards everywhere. She did a couple of different books and made $1 billion out of it, and then decided to go to North Vietnam and sit in an anti-aircraft gun and show how much she hates her country, and was hoping that American soldiers would be killed by the enemy, which is, pretty bad. So, and she later said she was sorry. I think she was sorry she got caught in the photograph. But still, again, I won't belabel it, but I'll never forgive her. I just, never. You just can't get over that.
Did you ever get a chance to meet her or talk to her? Because I got a very brief.
No, I did
chat
not.
with her once.
Yeah, how'd it go?
After the Braves won a playoff, she was with Ted, and the Braves had won a playoff, and so they were celebrating, and she was standing outside. She wasn't in there. Ted was in there with them, and she was standing outside, and I walked up and introduced myself, and I just asked her what she thought of, what was going on with the Braves and stuff like that, and being part of that, and she was very pleasant and everything. Yeah. And it was like, and the whole time I'm thinking, this is the same woman who did all those things. Yeah. But she can sit there and be... Right. It's like you're talking to your grandmother or something.
Well, and that's the way they're using her now, too. Every once in a while, she'll pop up on one of the women's shows or something, and, as the grand lady dame of Hollywood and wonderfulness. Yeah, well, please. There's some of us don't forget some of these.
By the way, we've been talking about this SPLC thing and them funding the KKK and the Nazis and stuff like that. I didn't realize till right now that CBS News has done a huge bombshell report on this. And it surprises me that CBS News would expose what is one of their fellow travelers like this. I guess it was so big they could not ignore it.
Well, we played the Stossel thing yesterday. I didn't know CBS did something. Was this recent? Or
yesterday they did a huge thing on it. Yeah.
I'll be damned.
CBS Evening News.
I'll be damned. In fact, I'll tell you what. Let's play that soundbite. This is Flounder from what? This is Greg Gutfeld and
this is from
Tanya the Commie, the other girl.
From the Five. Was it Jessica Tarvo?
Tanya the Commie. Yeah.
Anyways, they were sparring over the Southern poverty law kind of issue that's been going.
Yeah. Jeff, cut number 2.
You're saying this just was an organic event, just like every left-wing event. It just happened. All these right-wingers showed up. Nobody else knew about it. And you know what?
People are real.
Nobody.
The white supremacists are real.
call to action. Let me do the simplest analogy. This is like when somebody says, on average, men are taller and way more than women. And then one woman goes, but what about her? And they point to a WNBA player. Yes, Jessica, I'll give you. There probably is a bigot somewhere. But you guys created a false flag that there was this immense movement going on in this country that then put targets on people like Charlie Kirk's back, and he's dead. And a lot of other people were either threatened, physically attacked because of a false flag, which painted an entire, basically, millions of people as white supremacists. You guys ran with it. Imagine if Trump had not won and Kamala Harris had won. Imagine where the SPLC would be now. Imagine how torn apart this country would be. And by the way, I hope that this thing mends, but I don't know, because there are people like you, Jessica, who have such a sunk cost in this belief that this is a belief you were tricked into believing, to think that there's all these racists hiding behind every Cracker Barrel. No, you know what the racists were? They were the anti-racist black activists who saw this as a way to go after whites. This racism that you created was designed to allow for a different kind of racism. And I go back to the contrast. We don't have to defend our racists because we don't know who they are, because you create them. Meanwhile, we don't have to make up your racist because you're standing there with Hassan Piker. These guys are right there in our face.
Greg Gutfeld,
right.
And Tanya the Commie on Fox. I mean, boy, if they don't end up in prison, all those guys.
The Charlottesville rally leader who was there says, I attended at the direction of the SPLC, and I made racist posts under the supervision of the Southern Poverty Legal Center.
You know, that's even worse than we thought yesterday. They just paid them to be part of the thing. Now they're actually getting directions
them on what to do
from those lawyers.
Yeah.
Supposedly
and everybody who's a real American, you see every day Americans of all stripes and colors helping each other out.
Yeah.
And you look around and go, where are all these hateful people that they keep telling us about in the media?
Yeah.
They're making it up.
They had to make them. They had to make them so they could make more money, then try to correct what they made.
Well, the evilness is that the Democrats mustered it up.
Absolutely. That's how they got their power. That's how they won. That's how Biden got into the race. Oh, my God. 5:47. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, Jeff, and here we go, man. It's almost over. Join us if you want. We're running out of time. I love it. Yada-da-da.
The president has drawn a clear line. Law and order must come first, and surrendering to mob pressure just invites more chaos. As these complicated stories unfold, you need the most trusted local and national voices of Extra 106.3 to make sense of it all. And most importantly, how it affects your family and your community. Proud to be Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Hey, it's Drake Baldwin. Everyone knows my winning team on the field, but when there's no hot water, I need a win at my home base. When it comes to plumbing, my winning team is Superior. Superior Plumbing is there whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or a water heater installed. For over 40 years, they've been Atlanta's go-to plumbers. And Superior is still locally owned. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422 Plum.
The best time to shop for a new car is when selection is strong and the offer is clear. Right now at Marietta Toyota, the new 2026 Toyota Camry is all hybrid and in stock. It's built for commuters with exceptional fuel efficiency, up to 53 miles per gallon in the city. Voted Best of Cop, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Dealership Service Center. Here's the difference you don't get everywhere. Every new Toyota comes with our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, unlimited time, and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. For well-qualified buyers, special APR financing is available on the new 2026 Camry, 4.99% APR for 72 months. We're right where we've always been, Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. Offer ends May 4th, 2026. Lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for details.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog and our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
The right partner makes all the difference. For more than 185 years, we forged personal relationships with our customers and communities, funding economic development and rallying around the causes that are important to our neighbors. With the technology, products, and expertise you'd expect from a big bank and the local decision-making and commitment to community from your neighborhood bank, United Bankshares is your trusted financial partner for life. Learn more at bankwithunited.com. United Bankshares, member FDIC.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal, book telehealth if she feel.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hey, this is that Rick Jackson spot.
Too often, criminal illegals commit sick, violent crimes. Do that when I'm governor, and you'll end up deported or departed.
Dang, I know, right?
What do you have, sugar?
I'll take the meatloaf and Rick Jackson for governor.
He's something, ain't he?
He's tough. Yeah, no tolerance for criminal illegals, no DEI.
No covering up for do-nothing career politicians either.
You know, Jackson came from nothing and built one of the biggest businesses in Georgia.
Now he wants to cut the income tax in half and freeze property taxes.
Yeah, but not for deadbeats.
Listen, I love this part.
No more free rides for people who refuse to work. You want to sit on your butt, binge watch Netflix, and scarf down Cheetos? Do it with your own money.
Be still my heart.
Bingo.
Amen to that.
Rick Jackson for Georgia, not a career politician. Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
Giddy up, go, little darling. It's only the Kiver with Pete Davis here, lasting the whole day. Pete, thanks. I know it's taken a lot out of you, but we're very grateful to have you back aboard. 5:52. Flounder and Jeff here doing stuff. A quick couple of birthdays. Eric Bogosian, the actor, 73. He was made famous with talk radio. He was also did a lot of TV shows. He was in Law and Order, Criminal Intent, and he's done a lot of things. But I remember him also on TV in the series Billions. He played one of the billionaire characters who got directly involved, went to prison, all these sneaky guys, stuff like that. Eric Bogosian, 73, and Michael O'Keefe is 71 today. Michael O'Keefe was the actor in Roseanne. He played a reporter on West Wing, but to me, he'll always be Noonan. Danny Noonan from Caddyshack. Michael O'Keefe is 71.
How about a Fresca?
The question you have to ask yourself now, Danny, is what do you stand for, Danny? Goodness or badness?
Badness.
I want to be good.
I stand for goodness.
Good. He's got about an 8 iron. Anyway, Michael O'Keefe is 71 years old today. Okay. Very good.
You're listening to that Rick Jackson ad that we just played?
Oh, my God, yeah.
I asked Grok, I said, is anyone else in the race? And she goes, no, it's Burt Jones against him. The other guys, Raffensperger and Carr, don't have a chance unless something drastic happens. So it's basically, and Jackson's supposedly a little bit ahead right now. And you got to ask yourself, do you want a guy who was lieutenant governor that you kind of know, or do you want an outsider that made his billions with health care?
I like this. This really, you're going to have to make a decision on what kind of leader you want for the Georgia Republic. Again, we're electing somebody to run the Georgia Republican Party. So what do you want to lead the Republicans into the future in the state of Georgia? and lead the people. And I think, that may, this is going to be a great race. And I'll bet something's going to happen over the summer. This could get real interesting.
It's already getting kind of nasty. It's very nasty so far.
Very quickly, we had the NFL draft last night. One of our favorite comedians, Bill Burr, a little something on the NFL draft. Jeff, if you will.
What kind of a loser just sits there watching round after round? The Jets are up next. I think they need a cornerback. They need to improve the defensive line. Dude, that's like going to a graduation ceremony where you don't know anybody who's graduating. Just sitting there. They're going to have the whole list the next day. They'll have everybody who drafted, who, when. You got to sit there and watch that. Those stupid interviews. Hey, you're a member of the Buffalo Bills. How does it...
Well, it's a blessing. I want to thank God. I'm going to try to do my best. It's a great organization. And I think the last 80 guys said. So, yeah.
Bill Burr. Oh, I love it.
By the way, Todd, listener, says, Pete, just a quick note to let you know how thankful we are that you're doing so well. Just thrilled that you're back. You got a lot of people praying. That's very nice.
Yes, it is.
And then on a side note, when Kimmer is filling in for you, you might want to refer to your segment as Holy Sports. It's crap.
Oh, very funny. What was that again?
That was Todd.
Todd, yeah. Put him on my birthday list. Todd. Oh, mercy. Anyway, Pete Davis, any plans for the week? Can you do anything over the weekend? You out and about a little bit?
Well, like Bill Burr just said, I'm going to be one of those losers sitting there watching the NFL draft, it looks like.
And Veronica, Mrs. Flounder, any no plans yet for the weekend?
She's out and about.
She'll let me know later.
Outstanding. All right, in the meantime. How about one more Flounder's Funny? A good one here. Here we go, by Jeff.
I got stopped by TSA. They flagged my bag, and the whole time, they asked the questions, anything sharp, anything like I should be aware of. Turns the screen to me even more, and he's like, are those brass knuckles? And I was like, sir, I don't own brass knuckles. And he's like, then what am I looking at here? Like, what is this? And now I'm freaking out a little bit because this is like the most someone's really like interrogated me at TSA. And I'm like, if it's in the bag, it's yours. You can't just be like, oh, it's not my gun. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's in the bag, it's yours. And so now in my head, I'm like, oh, I wonder if I like bumped into somebody in security and then they like Ocean's 11 put some brass knuckles in my bag or something. I don't know what's going on. Somebody's trying to jam me up. I'm glad I didn't panic. There was a part of me, look. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty soft. So like, as soon as they had 3 questions for me, I was like, I didn't do it. So then he opens my bag, flips the bag open, and goes right to where he saw the knuckles. And, I was devastated. Because they weren't brass knuckles, just like I thought they weren't brass knuckles. But I forgot they were in my bag. They were toe spreaders.
Toe spreaders? Oh, gross. Oh, God. Toe spreaders? Yeah.
Look. Look, before you judge. Look, I've been working on my feet all my life. All right, I've been through a lot. At one point I had prescription shoes. Just trying to make sure my toes don't just keep getting tight and collapsing into each other and become one toe at the end of my foot. So at night, sometimes I put the toe spreaders on to remind the toes, hey, each one of you is an individual.
Who was that, Flounder?
His name is, I believe, Josh Simpson or Brian Simpson?
Either
Josh
way.
Johnson.
I was way off.
Josh
John
Johnson. You're so close. Anyway, Jeff, good catch. Thank you. And Flounder and Pete, you all have a great weekend. And hi to Miss Lori, too. And again, thank her for all the goodness that she's providing to get you on the road to happy goodness. In the meantime, it's only me and only Kipper saying, sing me home, Christine. I got to go. You're killing me. Hoorah. Semper Fi. Look out. Herp.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station, Extra 106.3.
Ready for round two. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. President Trump is sending negotiators to Pakistan for another round of talks with Iran.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the